get Twitch, download that app because from time to time I will be going over there hanging out with him. It's something a little bit different, and so it should be on. It should like, or at the very least, go to Marty's YouTube channel, and I'll share the video if I already haven't, because it'll be on there. He's actually using Ecamm, so I'm coming up there, so it gives a different type of look. So we're working on that. So he kind of got a live Twitch. He's also simulcasting on YouTube, so I'm gonna be on there. But for right now, yeah, what's up, Brian? If you appreciate if you hit me with that cash app. So that's actually where I'm at. But I'm gonna be up here for like a few minutes while I'm waiting, getting this chicken sandwich and shit. So a couple of things I wanted to talk about. I actually wanted to respond to a video Shay Sade did. So shout out to Obo. I got that video. I'm working on it. I'm actually going to do a live stream on the video he wanted me to do with that queen chick, as well as like a formal actual video upload, where I may react to some of the videos he sent, because he definitely did drop a C note, so I'm much appreciated. Okay, appreciate the cash app, man. Appreciate the cash app here, man. Yeah, I'll hit you with a moderator tag, a standard moderator tag, because you have sent some cash app, so much appreciated with that. But yeah, I'm gonna be over there. But this is what we'll what's up, Black Mind? So this is what I want to break down something.
All right, folks. I had my enchilada baked and chamomile tea. Okay. Let me go ahead and drop a link, I suppose. Waiting on Rogish if he wants to come over. I hope he knows where my channel is. Anyhow, while I'm up, go ahead and shoot me some questions while I'm up here. And it always takes a turn, okay? What's going on, little Maple Leaf?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. It kind of reminded me of that stream that you did a while back, where you're talking about like just it makes more sense to like go back to the continent and try to start businesses out there. And I think you were talking about you were like what is black culture, or what is considered to be the main resource of blackness, basically. And I guess you at the time you're talking about America, and I think somebody was talking about like rap music or some shit, and you're like, that's bullshit, right?
I mean, rap music is part of the culture. Okay, most of your American music is black music. Okay, going all the way back to well, rock and roll, country, all that stuff is black music. Okay, has black roots. So most of your cultural elements that we call culture, dance, music, dress, food, it actually comes from black people.
Yeah, country is new to me. I think like Art maybe brought this up one time before on
Yeah.
one of his conversations. So that was new to me. But everything else, I knew that. Like I
A,
knew
a,
rock
a,
came from black
a
people.
Quaker person
So,
land out of Long Beach State actually did got to be Jesus, like almost 35 years ago, man. Did a presentation because that was his thing, man. Black, the history of black music in America, right? And country music came out of the
Grant,
nannies, the black nannies singing to the children, to the white children. That's what country music came out of. And then
wow.
how they adjusted the violin and all that kind of stuff with that
Yeah,
certain twang. And so that most of it, basically, American culture is black culture, right?
yeah.
So it's a mixture of European, African, and the Native American all blended into one. So basically, you can't separate the two. So, uh,
Inextricably connected.
exactly. So
In the words
basically,
of Black Guru.
yeah, yeah, it is. It is because if you go back and look how we're developed inside this country, right?
Yeah.
A thousand different tribes planted and then bred like animals. Our culture is American culture.
Yeah.
Okay, our
Right.
culture is American culture, and guess who was developed by? Okay, so so so-called white cultures, we want to call it European culture, and black culture, American black culture, are one and the same. So when you go outside this country, you know exactly how European you actually are.
Well, what was it about the the American culture of the '70s where black people were specifically flexing a personal ethos of blackness, if you will, I guess, instilling within the culture that you know what I'm saying? Because it looked like the government turned on that, it looked like America turned on that, and it's like if everybody
They
in America, what's the deal?
they didn't. The thing is, just like in India, everybody's Indian, right? They have their low caste people. Okay, your dollars are low caste.
Oh, niggas was getting uppity.
No, it was okay.
Holy shit!
Let's just take give it a buck and take exactly what happened, right? And the thing is, a lot of people don't they separate the money and the culture and all the other stuff. They're all blended together, right?
Mm,
Okay, you we this is basically most of the South is a swamp. Okay, is
right.
a swamp. Okay, and guess that most of the people that tried to convert the South to make it profitable died. Okay,
That
the
is
only
true.
people who can survive that shit are black people or slaves or black people, right?
Same in the Midwest too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in other words, basically, the only way to make this shit profitable uh, and stay alive profitable is to bring in black people because trust and believe capitalism was actually built on 30 million what we call Aztecs dying because they stole their silver.
Mm,
Okay.
mm.
They had to replace them with something. So the work in Jamaica, the work on those islands, the work in in uh in America, okay, in those swamps, growing sugar cane and rice and all the other kind of shit could not have been done by Native Americans because they died. White people died. White people could not live there and do that kind of work. They died too. Okay. So guess what? By the time you get to 1860, okay, 75% of your GDP comes from where, sir?
The South.
The South, right? 75%. Your so-called industrial base in the North was actually what sponsored
From the South.
from the South's money. That's how come they want to
Right.
separate. It's not fair. In other words, you keep taxing the shit out of us
Right.
and not giving us our independence. How come they wanted to separate? Okay, Lincoln did not go down there to free you. Okay, he came down there for his goddamn money.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
he wanted
But
to
see,
build a
but that's the
goddamn
thing. So
railroad.
so 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 we were enslaved, but we weren't freed.
You went from slavery to feudalism. Okay, in other
Yeah.
words, you be the same kind of feudalism that white people left Europe to escape. Okay, they
Yeah.
put on you. Why
Mm.
they put it on you is because guess what? When you walked off the plantation, guess what walked with you?
The
70%
culture.
of the GDP,
Yeah. Oh, the money. Yeah. Yeah. Because
the money.
well, basically it was like a fire sale.
Mm, 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 mm.
That's fucked up.
It wasn't a fire sale. It was a temporary a temporary halt. Okay, they thought
Yeah.
they could replace you with white people coming from Europe.
Right.
Okay, they couldn't because that's what they needed to do, put you back where you were.
Mm.
And they didn't stop it until guess what? Your machines came when industrialism caught up, and the machines start replacing you on the farm or on the plantation, so-called plantation. You became what? Redundant. What did they do with you? They got
Geology.
they got three options. What are the three options if they don't do for unwanted or black population?
Yeah.
What are your three options?
Extermination,
Extermination,
deportation, or or amalgamation in some form or fashion.
export them, which Lincoln really wanted to do. Okay,
Yeah.
which they stopped and said, "Well, that's our labor force. You can't let them go." Okay, you export them. Okay, you can kill them.
Yeah.
Those two things don't help you because you need to make money off these people, right?
Right.
Okay, and the third thing is assimilate them. Which
Yeah.
which option did they pick, sir?
Yeah. Assimilation. I get it.
Assimilation,
Yeah.
which is the process
Yay,
you go through.
integration.
Integration, which if you look at the marriage stats, which is what the median man did, okay, um, you're about what a quarter, a little over quarters through the process, okay,
Mm.
assimilation, okay. What is the what's the marriage rate in Great Britain? Is interracial marriage rate in Great Britain is 50%, right? You're at 74%, right? Not 74. You're at the 20 23 24%. You're halfway through the cycle.
Hmm.
So you're almost there. And white population declining, they importing more Latinos. Okay, you're gonna become people of color, sir.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. But that's the thing is I believe, but within that amalgamation, like you say, no identity. You demoted from black. You're not
You
even
have
black no more.
you,
And
what?
so the thing is, what is it? Would everybody else have some tribal ethos about themselves when they rock over here, and then they participate as an American, but they're also, you know, what I'm saying, rocking their cultural, that they're rocking their prefix of their hyphen. You know what I'm saying? We don't operate with our prefix. We try to rock with the suffix as
How
if
how
only being an American is all that we got to do.
how old is their culture, sir? The people where they came from?
I don't know, it'd be thousands of years older than ours.
Thousand
Our
years.
culture's only 500 years old at the
It
most.
ain't even that old.
Huh. Okay, yeah, we're the world's newest
Your,
people,
own-
for
your,
sure.
own- your culture's only a couple hundred years old.
I get it.
At that.
I get it. Ain't gonna be able to have no essence of ourselves unto ourselves for the value of our own intrinsic worth, huh? Gotta be the worth that this fucking system put on you, huh?
Does nature give a shit?
Does nature give a shit? No, nature gives you the fucking agency of
No, it doesn't.
it
Nature does not
does.
care.
Nature does not care. Well,
No,
no,
it
nature as
doesn't.
nature interacts with you,
Nature
you
does-
understand what your
na-
worth is in nature.
Nature only cares about the propagation of the species. They don't care about nature.
Exactly, but that's the thing. If you're really operating off of nature, that's why I said it feels like feel like we're being eaten. Because if we're going to bring the nature into it, I'm not just.
It feels like you're being eaten.
Yes, yes,
It's not the reality.
that's what I nah. But that's based off of what? I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about mastication though. That's the thing.
Well, you ain't.
You got to understand with all these people who are here.
Hold on, Rohgish. If you're gonna use something, you got to explain it. Okay.
Okay.
What eating mean?
Okay, so this is why I identify black culture, right? Now you said black culture is American culture, or American culture is black culture, right? I get it. My thing is, I identify black culture at its peak.
What is eating mean?
In its what you mean eating?
Yeah. I asked you that.
Okay. When people try to tap into social expressions of
what?
us,
Okay.
things that could be instrumental if we were to open them up within our people
cultural appropriation.
Well, you could say cultural appropriation, but also wait a minute. This nation also makes a lot of money in the commodification of how we live. Period. Right.
Yeah.
And every people that is upon this world, the way that they live is the way that they develop culture, and to develop culture is how one is able to provide a higher sense of honor, order, establishment, and all that to themselves.
So
right.
Culture, individual group, or is it a collective group?
Is that what you mean as far as?
It's culture. When you develop,
Oh no, it's collective.
Collective.
It has to be a collective.
We speak a different form of language than English.
No, we do not.
Okay, so
No.
we drive. Do we drive cars made from Africa?
No, we do not.
Okay. Do we count using Chinese characters?
No, we do not.
Well, what culture do we use to do all this kind of stuff?
The one that everybody else is, the American culture.
The American. Oh,
right.
really?
But the thing is,
what?
you have to give us. That's why I said the way that we live is able to be commodified. As if wait a minute, and everyone doesn't live the way that we live. And then when they attempt to, they feel that they are at their highest in their peak presentation of themselves in some regards.
How do we live any other way than anybody else?
I don't know. Black people just being black. Black people being themselves. You got to ask a non-black person that. You got to ask a non-black person that. Them motherfuckers could tell you, because as far as I'm concerned, niggas is being niggas. You feel me?
You said it.
Yeah.
You said it.
That's how it has to be, because the way people respond, to our culture.
If you said, you got to explain it.
What do you mean?
You said it.
No, I'm black.
It doesn't matter. No, what does that mean?
Okay.
What does that mean?
I understand black. Let me say,
What does that mean?
I understand black life.
What does it mean?
I can see black people living and culturally
What does
having.
it mean?
I'm saying it, bro.
No, you're not.
I'm not. Oh,
No,
I'm not.
you know what a word salad is? There's no
Oh
meats.
man, come on, ain't
Where's
no
the meat
word
at?
salad.
Where's the meat
Let a
at?
nigga build up his
No,
context.
no, no,
Shit,
no,
what the
no, no, no,
fuck?
no, no, nigga.
Let nigga build up his context.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so 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 what? What is it about black culture that people say that they're interacting with that seems foreign from everybody else within America? If we're all this one
It's not.
motherfucking
It's,
America,
it's not
why is it that
foreign.
everybody else
It's
around
not.
it? What,
It's not foreign.
what you mean?
Your rock and roll is black culture. Who
They
sings
don't.
rock and roll?
Yeah, no, yeah, I get it. But that's the thing. So if it's black culture, I thought it was American culture. I thought it's all of us. This shit. You feel me? What
Yeah,
is
yeah.
it?
It's a blend
Does
of
it flip
everybody.
flop when it want to flip flop or something?
So your car is invented by white people. What do you drive?
Okay, everybody drive a car. No, it wasn't invented by them.
It was
A
invented by
brother,
white
brother,
people.
no, no, I believe a brother did that first. Let me look that up. Let me look that up. But yeah, but that's the whole thing. Why I
Your
continue.
subways, your cities, your built.
I get it.
Yeah, you now you don't get it. You don't get
I'm
it
not.
because
I'm not talking
it's
about this society,
it even
man. You're
you,
bringing up subways. You're bringing up transit
yeah,
systems. What
that's
the
where you
fuck that got to
live.
do with
Yes,
anything,
that's where you live. This your society, sir.
bruh? Okay. So let me ask you this: how is it that okay? So it's all just class level
No,
of let me finish of how folks identify our differential of everybody else within America. It's just class level. It's
clarify
not a
that.
it's not a difference of what you mean clarify that. Because
Clarify
if it's
that.
not culture, all it is class.
Class level. There's class levels been around since the chief stood up said I'm a chief.
I
Okay.
get it. I get
No,
it.
you
But
don't
when
get it.
when a non-black, non-white, foreign, non-American motherfucker arrive here to the United States and
Mhm.
they start interacting with us and they identify the differences of us, they're only doing that through a class lens. They don't do that through identifying a different
Because
way of living, a different way of measuring and thinking about different things.
what
We
coach?
are a
What?
motherfucking people unto ourselves. If y'all don't want to, if we ain't got no
No, we
name.
no,
I
we're
get
not.
that.
We're
I
not.
get that.
We're not.
But the world identifies interacts with us. It might not make it might not like actually say it, but the way that they interact socially with us is as if we have a differential of culture of American culture. You feel me?
Okay. So basically, say the was it okay? Say the Scottish
Okay.
invented came up with the industrial revolution. Actually, really invented by the Scottish. Okay,
Okay.
adopted by the rest of the England. Okay,
Okay.
they still white, ain't they? Northern European, right?
Yeah, they earned it.
And the Germans perfected that, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
and basically they shipped it over here. They still white. That's a collective culture. All cultures are collective.
I get it. I get okay.
And,
So
and you're
why? So
part of
what's the issue with pinpointing? Let's say it's a subculture. All right. Let's say what's
it.
the
Okay,
issue with pinpointing? Let's say black culture as a subculture
we
and
have,
get huh?
we have.
Okay, but what you mean?
I mean, people inside America can pinpoint any subculture, whether it's Jewish, whether it's Irish, whether it's Italian, whether it's Latino, whether Native American. There's subcultures inside of America. Okay, now what?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. But the identifier that foreigners bring is a difference of living,
What does that mean?
of how a people live and how they operate as they live
What does that mean?
together amongst themselves.
What does that mean?
Going throughout life, living within society. When a foreign motherfucker sees black people,
Hmm.
they say, "Oh, y'all do this differently," and it's like, "Well, what do you mean differently?" Okay, differently from who? And then they see somebody else. You know, the thing is, we are identified as something that is different within the United States, not something not something that is just amalgamated with it. People interact with cultural expressions of ours as if it is something of its own of itself. I understand that American, you could say American, but they call it black culture and associated it
We
with
call it black.
us. So
We
then
call it black culture.
foreign motherfuckers call it black culture too, cuz. What you talking
No,
about?
we call it black culture.
You don't think
Where,
people in
where, where, where,
motherfucking
where'd the name come from?
what you mean when the name came from here?
Oh, yeah. Who start? Did white people start calling us black folks?
Yes, they
No,
did.
no, they didn't.
They didn't.
No, they didn't. They called us what?
Well, coloreds. All right, you
Negro,
had coloreds, and then
Negro,
Negroes, and then
Negro.
black. All right then.
Remember James Brown? Say it loud.
Well, I thought. Wait a minute. I thought we were black twice. Were we black twice or Afro American? I thought we were black twice, and then they changed that shit. We've been the second black before African American.
Where did the word black as an identifier for Negro culture come from?
Yeah, that's ours. That's
That's
ours.
ours.
Yeah,
So in other words, so we start calling ourselves black. Guess
right.
what the rest of the world gonna do? Call
Yeah,
us black.
call it right. Call us black,
So
and then
we identified ourselves as that.
okay, but this is the thing. With that identification came a difference in how one measured themselves.
What does that
Okay,
mean?
what you mean? That's when the black became beautiful. How about that?
Wh-
You was alive. You was alive during that time. However old you was, you remember that when black became beautiful, don't you?
who said that first?
Black people.
Black people. We called ourselves beautiful,
I
right?
get it. I get it. But this is the thing. It wasn't something that was always said amongst black people. So when it became something, that shifted the I guess energy of the society. For some reason, this country had an issue with it. And that's what I don't understand. It's
Which
not like niggas was trying to take this
that
motherfucker
that
over.
that
Let me
that,
fi- and I let me and I land with
no,
this.
no, wait.
Once black people started giving themselves their own value of
tell
their
you,
own
I'll do
definition.
this. I'll do this. You stop cutting me off. I'll stop cutting you off. Is that fair?
All right,
Is that fair?
that's
Because that's
fair.
guess what you do.
That is fair.
Guess what you do.
That's fair.
Now land, okay? What land?
When black people made the stride through saying we're black and everything, and took it as a measure of defining their worth, defining their quality, right? Black became beautiful, black excellent, dude is black dollar, everything became blah 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 blah. The reason why I focus on that to such the degree,
You see the timer up there? It's 2 minutes, so I'm gonna give you
I
two
get it.
minutes.
The reason I focus on that to such a degree is because all right, I'm dark skinned, as you see, right? And the very first thing that I was told that black is issue. You know, you black motherfucker, you blah 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 blah. And it's like, damn, everybody got an issue with it. I didn't really have no. It didn't hurt me or nothing. I just noticed that it was everyone. So it's like, damn, black people, white people, the society. Damn, was that any time where black was cool? All right, then you look back a little bit. You know, it was 1986 or whatever. And you go back to, looking in the history books, read it, 1972, 19. It don't take that far to see, wow, black was
68.
beloved. And
68.
okay, 68. But I stopped at the 70s. And it's like, yo, they love black and themselves and blackness to that degree. I got that at a very young age. But I also was shown that America had an issue with that. And it's like, yo, wait a minute, for what? We're just loving ourselves. Why? Why is that such the fucking issue? That's what I'm talking about. And the development of, so what I mean, it doesn't want us to develop a love for ourselves. It doesn't want us to continue to develop our own definition of define and inner worth and intrinsic value. You know what I'm saying? Based off of understanding what our cultural linking is, legacy and all of that. This is why I'm measuring all this like this. And I land my plane.
Okay, you land your plane. Basically, that shit started. That shit first it started when black men went to war in World War I and saw France and saw Europe, and they were accepted someplace else, right? They brought that back with them. In 1920, we had called a the red wave, right? They actually started lynching people, okay, and burning down towns and shit like that because your former
So
underclass, your former slaves got uppity, okay?
yeah,
Because to them we're slave class, okay?
yeah.
We're actually acculturated as a slave class, and white people coming in as immigrants saw us as that because that's what we're actually branded. They adapted the culture, right?
Right.
Okay. And then World War II. Guess what black folks said? If we're gonna fight for your ass, we're gonna fight for your ass in your wars and become American. We want the same shit everybody else gets. That's what 1945. That's when Eisenhower started doing what?
Uh,
Assimilating what?
Simulated schools?
No,
No.
assimilating the military. Okay?
Oh,
Integrating the
okay.
military, right? Okay.
Okay.
Guess who
No, that
started
is
civil rights in 1952 with the school system? Eisenhower, because he promised his soldiers, okay, that he would do right by them.
okay.
That's where it started. You didn't get all this black and I'm proud, all this stuff to the late 60s after all that started. Okay.
I get it.
You know, go back and look at it, man. When they no longer needed you where you were, which is on that farm. It had to integrate you into what? The broader society. Okay.
Yeah.
You had to go work side by side with the
Urban.
white folks as far as the factories, as far as the stores, as far as the cities and all that kind of crap. They have to integrate you. What are we gonna do with these people? So you had to integrate these people into the broader society, unless you're gonna leave them down there. Okay. You're gonna leave them down there where they are.
I mean, shit, or find another use for them. Shit.
Or find another use for them. You,
Yeah.
you act like this stuff just comes out of the clouds and say, "Oh, here's another use for black people."
No, I ain't acting like that. No, not at all.
Oh,
Not at all.
well, if there was one, man, we've been looking for that shit for like 70 years, man. Lace us with it.
No, no, no. I'm saying that's the only other option that you got. I ain't saying for that to be done. If you're in that position, that's the only other option you have as the one that's in power.
Every other social group, every other empire, society has done exactly the same thing. Rome did it, Greece did it, Egypt did it, blah blah blah, on and on and on and on. It's called admixture. Europe did the exact same thing.
I
But
can dig it.
it took them like 600 years to do it, but they still did it. Okay,
Yeah.
black folks have to go through the same process because we're all one society. We're all one blah blah people, like it or not.
Okay. So once the admixture is complete,
Mm-hmm.
then the social value worth is going to be adjusted because where black people is currently within this society. As far, yeah, I mean, it's okay. Let's say you're the bottom of society. All right, cool.
Mhm.
The bottom of society.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for that to be one's position within reality, we society. All this society shit. I get it. I'm
You
thinking.
got another word for it?
Well, I think society is small. It's small. I'm thinking existence. I answer the whole society
A
thing.
bacteria exists. Are you?
Yeah. I get it, but
No,
again,
you don't get it. You say
I
existence.
don't. But I don't identify us
don't-
as
do
a
you-
part of the society in the same way that
We-
you do.
So in other
Because
words,
because
so
to me, you say
so
I'm out.
Are
Go
you
ahead.
are you a brother with a bacteria?
Am my brother with a bacteria? No, I'm
Because
not.
they exist too.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, but they don't. But they don't exist by
So-
social ethos.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
So a social ethos,
Yeah.
as far as the people, is called a what, sir, in English?
What in
A society.
English?
A society.
Eh,
You are. That ain't it. That's what it is.
Nah, you gotta wait. You have a way of letting your reality, the entirety of your reality, be defined by how
what you call
America
it.
sets that standard.
No, it's
I
not-
don't do that.
Oh,
I don't
all
do that.
people-
I know a lot of y'all do that.
all
I know a
people do
lot
that.
of y'all
All-
do
What
that.
people don't do that?
I know y'all
What
do
people-
that.
What people don't do that?
I do not let
What
America
people-
define how reality's
What
supposed
people
to be.
don't do that.
I don't know. I know I don't do it.
No, yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
The fuck I do? No, I don't.
Okay,
I
well,
do
how-
not. I
well,
do
how-
not let this motherfucker define reality for
Yes,
me.
it-
Because if I let it define reality for me, how's it gonna define me, man?
you want to know how?
You feel me?
You want to know how? You want to know how? You want to know how? How I know?
Go ahead.
I'm looking at your clothes, at the cup that you drink out of, right? At the microphone, the headset, the glasses, right?
Okay.
Defines you as part of the society, sir.
Okay.
You wear it.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
your uniform.
Yeah. Okay.
You're-
I'm a part of society. I'm
Yes, you
participating
are.
in society. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, you participate.
This society does not define my
It does.
reality, dog.
It does.
It doesn't define. No, it
Yes, it does.
doesn't.
Yes, it does.
No, it don't.
Oh, really?
If you
Really?
let it, this toxic motherfucker. Really?
Yes, it does.
You let this toxic motherfucker
Yes,
define
yes,
how things
yeah,
are supposed
yeah,
to be for you.
Yes, it does. Okay?
I'm asking you.
I don't see you using a. Yes, it does.
Really?
Yes.
All right then. Y'all got it, cuz.
What you doing on the internet if it doesn't define
Y'all
you?
got it. Y'all
What
got
you
it.
doing on the internet?
Shit.
Okay. If somebody breaks in,
Apparently wasting my time if everybody gonna be a drone on this
If
motherfucker.
somebody breaks into your house,
I'ma shoot
Okay.
that motherfucker.
okay, if they breaks into your
and
house,
chop them up with my machete back there.
if you can, what if they get the drop on you and they got you on the floor tied up? Who you gonna call?
Then they get you. That's the way it goes.
And, so you ain't gonna call the cops if you get a chance?
If they what? I'ma kill the motherfucker.
You ain't gonna call the cops if you get a chance?
No. If they already in here,
if
they in here, they trying to kill me, right?
So in other words, when you say, do you drive to work?
Do I drive to work? I do not.
You do not. Okay.
I do not.
Catch the bus? Well, you know.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Look. You try. Look. I understand what you're doing, I understand what you're doing, man.
Let me land.
Go ahead, dog.
Let me land. In other words, the society defines the rules that you have to interface with everybody else, man.
Yeah.
It defines your existence from the time that you go to sleep to the time that you wake up.
Yeah.
It does.
Okay.
The language that you speak, the hobbies that you have, the shit that you do, the food.
If that was the case, I'd be a Christian. I'd be a Christian if that
was the case. Everybody ain't a Christian. Well, guess what? So in other words, okay. What'd you eat for dinner?
What I have for dinner? Actually, I haven't had dinner yet. Been snacking.
Okay. What'd you have for lunch?
What I have for lunch? I had a salad.
A salad? Oh, you made it yourself. Okay.
Yeah.
Lettuce?
Fancy motherfucker.
What?
Lettuce, tomato? What? You know.
What are you getting at, man?
In other words,
everybody eat.
Everybody eat, but everybody don't eat the same thing.
No, they don't. Or the same way.
You ain't gonna see salads probably in China. Okay.
You ain't gonna see a salad in China?
No, or India. They don't eat that. Okay.
They don't eat salad.
No.
Okay. Yeah. Cardi. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Oh,
on the rice.
In other words, your society defines what you eat, how you speak, how you write, how you interface with your job, how you interface, how you get to work, the streets that you use, the building that you live in, how you decorate your house, the contraption that you use, is all defined by society, sir.
Oh, I understand it's defined by society. All right. There's no way that I'm trying to pocket myself off from a society.
So it defines you.
What I'm doing is measuring.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. How can you be black and not measure the quality of American society, y'all? Y'all just exist in this motherfucker. Is that what all you niggas is doing? Just existing in this bitch? Y'all don't measure this motherfucker?
Yes, we exist in this motherfucker.
Y'all ain't measuring this motherfucker. Y'all receiving this motherfucker and doing every fucking thing that'll fucking tell you to.
What are you doing this motherfucker?
Ain't that a bitch?
What are you doing this motherfucker?
Y'all crazy. You let this motherfucker define you?
Yes.
Hey, look, can't nothing that'll put crack in my motherfucking neighborhood define me. That'll purposefully destroy some motherfucking poor people who already ain't got nothing. That shit ain't defining.
Rohgish, what defines you?
Nothing.
Where you buy your headphones? Amazon? Where you buy them?
Fuck you talking about?
Where you buy them headphones at, man? Where you buy them at?
Ain't that told by a store, motherfucker?
Where you buying? You ain't stolen. Shut
what are you doing? What is up? What is up with all this? What is up?
Shut the fuck up, man.
How you trying to use consumerism? How you trying to use consumerism? No, nigga, you here because you're buying shit. Nigga, what?
That's bullshit, bro. That's bullshit.
These Peckerwoods are better where you gotta pay to live. God damn it, shit. They're gonna make you pay for air in 50 years, and y'all gonna be cool with that.
You cool with it because you do it every day.
Y'all gonna be cool with paying for air, cuz. I can make it.
So you went to the back of your garden, pick your lettuce and your tomatoes, cut them up, and ate them. Is that what
I can dig it? I can dig it, bro.
Is that what you did?
I can dig it.
Is that what you did?
I can dig it. No. We went to the future store, what y'all got here in the future. And y'all got refrigeration that was created by black people. You know what I'm talking about? So you ain't got to go to the garden and do that. You know what I'm saying? You can keep shit refrigerated.
You can buy your shit from the side.
You feel me?
From the corner.
You feel me?
You buy your shit from the corner little end.
It's all good, dog. I can't. Look, I'm not finna let this motherfucker define my reality, dog. It can't define me. It can't. It can't. Well, it started off doing it, but you know what I'm saying? I've fucking reworked that, homie.
It already has.
Please believe. Please believe.
How did you rework it?
Please believe. How did
you rework it? What are you doing different that would be seen as success in another kind of society?
The way I reworked it was I didn't have no value to start with. All right, I didn't know who the fuck I was. You don't know who you is as a little kid. But you ask yourself who you are. You know what I'm saying? And ain't nobody around to tell you. All right, you just start looking for things. The very
But what
first
does that
thing.
have to do?
Let me fucking land. The very first thing that I heard was that your blackness, your skin color is wrong for my own motherfucking people. So that they had an issue with blackness. Then the nature had an issue with blackness. So I went back and stopped and god damn, let the nigga land. So if you don't know who you are and nobody telling you who you are and you're in a fucking social system that already sees you as a negative and sees you as you know what I'm saying, the lesser of the lesser, as a child, you're gonna look for your worth, man. And the motherfucking system that look like it's already taking it and fucking hating it, it's not gonna be able to fucking define it.
Red fish, blue fish.
So I define me with everything around us that I saw other people marveling at. Whatever they marveled at that black people did. And it wasn't just no fucking entertainment. It was everything. I looked in the fucking history books. I saw all that excellence. I saw that fucking fear that these devils had and put on niggas for being constructive of some shit. I saw a greatness, and I still see a fucking greatness and a better. And get the fuck out of here. They ain't defining shit. If you cool with being fueled, you cool with being fueled, man. Fuck out of here.
They already defined you.
Y'all can be the fucking style of fucking black that these motherfuckers need you to be.
They already have.
Y'all
still
fucking
use our systems. Like,
you still use. Here y'all go with our systems and shit. Get the fuck out of here. Y'all some fucking robots, cuz. Quit being a fucking robot, cuz.
All right, somebody else.
Fuck out of here, man.
You can say that all you want.
How are you moving? How are you moving on the underground? He ain't.
I don't want to hear this with no underground. Y'all receive this only as pro-blackness. Y'all receive this only as pro-blackness because you motherfuckers ain't used to get no fucking passion from a motherfucker. You never tried to redefine yourself. You didn't accept the definition that these motherfuckers put on you and with everything else, ain't you?
Bullshit.
Motherfucker. Negroes. You right, BGS. Some motherfucking Negroes, cuz.
You define. Okay. How about this? You're telling me you define yourself in a system to where you can only make choices that are defined by people that are above you. Like, people force you to use US dollars in this country. Like, you can't just go up to the liquor store and just pull like a piece of leather off your belt and use that as currency if you wanted to. This isn't back in the Stone Age. So how do you define yourself and you in a system where you got a social security, birth certificate? I mean, they got employment information. They got car, auto insurance information on your vehicle, like what's going on with your vehicle.
No, ain't no time out.
They got, you know what I'm saying?
Got another minute.
They got all the, you know what I'm saying? They got all this documentation on you ever since you was born that you have to use in every social interaction, no matter where it is or what time is taking place in the country. But you define yourself. And another thing is being black dichotomy. Is being black is dichotomy? Is it like a dichotomy to being American? Is it like so stark? You see it so starkly different than just being American? Because all those people that you were talking about, the excellence, they classified themselves as Black Americans. So I don't know if they agree with you on what you're saying.
It has nothing to do with the agreement.
Hold on. Okay, double zeros. Go. Got.
Okay, look, it ain't got all this agreement ain't got nothing to do with the agreement. As far as again, I understand when it comes to the whole the consumerism for something. You use this system. I don't know what that means. So just because y'all use this system, it defines you. Even if it defines you in the lesser, you're accepting the social worth, the social stock worth that comes with that. You're cool with that. You're cool what it means for it to commodify your culture and the way that you live and don't even fucking give you none of the goods. I mean, this is the thing, dog. A people have the right, every people. All these people come here being some type of a fucking tribe, right? We have the motherfucking right just because we exist to be able to belong to ourselves at the same rate as all them other motherfuckers belong to themselves before they came over here being so-called fellow fucking Americans, participating in as so-called citizens. Possibly, you know what I'm saying? A higher qualitative engagement toward their fucking American dream than us. On us. You know what I mean? You feel look, this motherfucker can't define a word. I understand we live here. You know what I'm saying? I understand we reside here, whatever y'all want to call it. I understand we buy things here. I understand, you know what I'm saying? Okay, y'all can be cool with the
30
hypercommodification
seconds.
of reality. Cool. All right. I'm just never going to put my people there. I'm never going to put myself there. Never. Because that means
20
you
seconds.
don't own yourself. If you think you got a soul, you don't own your motherfucking soul. If you let this you let this fucking
Now,
matrix
hold on,
define your
20
ass. You
seconds.
feel me? And
Okay.
I land right there. Go ahead, cuz.
In other words, it's bullshit. It's called a social contract. When you sign that contract to actually participate, you're part of society, sir. That's the way it works. Otherwise, you go out in the middle of the woods by yourself, build your own shit. Okay? If you're here with your heat, your electricity, and your devices, you are part of the society.
I'm not
It's a
saying I'm
so
not. Of
that
course.
you have to that you have to
it's called a social contract. So you sign the contract by participating. Okay? When you
Yeah.
participate in society, become a part of it, make your money, eat your food, go to your store, buy your shit. You participate in society. You follow the rules of society, sir, that defines you. Okay, it is what it is. You wear the clothes, you get the haircut, you carry the cell phone, all the other shit that defines you as part of the society. Okay, you're not out there wearing beads with a headdress. Okay, you're not doing that. You look like every other American that walks down the middle of the street, black, white, or whatever. The exact same thing. Okay?
Can I get my
Hey,
statement real quick?
fuck your
Yeah.
matrix, homie.
if you truly
It don't matter. You can throw the figure up. You're still wearing the
Your
shit.
matrix.
You're
Fuck
still,
your matrix, all right?
yeah.
Fuck y'all matrix
Why
that
you
y'all
in it?
beloved that plant
Why,
some motherfucking crack in my goddamn neighborhood and
why you eating
fucked
the
up
matrix steak?
fucked up some
Why
poor
you
people
why you
happy
here's the
eating
thing.
village shit.
why you eating the steak,
Fuck
sir?
y'all matrix,
Hey,
cuz, from the bottom of my motherfucking
How you
heart.
define
Any of
yourself?
you
I
motherfuckers
asked.
It's your
defend this
matrix too,
motherfucker, go
nigga.
to
Can I
hell,
get a
cuz.
It's
statement?
your
For
matrix too,
real.
nigga. It's your
Fucking
matrix,
with
nigga.
fucking with
It's
poor
your
people,
matrix too,
man.
nigga. Go ahead,
You
Andre.
feel me?
Go ahead,
Yeah,
Andre.
like
Fuck that.
yeah,
Y'all can love
I
this motherfucker.
I understand what Rogish is saying basically. He's basically saying that like, well, what my perception of what he's saying anyways, because I don't know exactly what he's saying. My perception of what he's saying is just
You
like he wants
motherfuckers
to
ain't
Hey,
land.
hey, 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 hey. You want to land your plane? Let him land his. Go ahead,
yeah, I was
Andre.
just saying that like my perception basically of what Rogish is saying. I could be wrong on this, but basically like he wants to still have like the black culture, which is rather undefined at this point because nobody could really give a straight answer of what that is, right? And like that's why I brought up that topic that you spoke about like last year or whenever or longer when you were talking about just going back to the continent or even just in general, I would say just anywhere that's a black country and gaining power there, and then at least like after you do that, coming back so you actually have like a you actually have a position to bargain with rather than like you like practically begging, which it comes
Yeah.
across as if you're not in a proper
Let me
position.
because you're a child of immigrants, right, Andre?
Yeah, yes, I
Okay.
am.
Do you live the do you live the same way in Canada that you live in Jamaica?
Fuck no,
Why?
I would never want to live
No, no,
there.
no, no, not that beside the point. Why?
Why? It's a better quality of
Not
living, and
okay. What else?
down there it's like plagued by crime and you know corruption and shit like that.
So are you part of the culture? Are you part of Canadian culture?
I would say so, yes. I mean, currently where I live at, I'm more part of the culture than when I was like back where I originally lived, back in Toronto. It's like there was like a large Jamaican community down there, but like since it's barely any of us down here, so I'm more assimilated to like the white culture here,
So
unfortunately.
in Toronto with a Jamaican conclave, right? Did you live? Did the Jamaican conclave live exactly like they lived in on the island?
We didn't, but we like down there, like we actually have like separate like areas that's just like us, and like like areas where we have like Jamaican owned businesses and and communities and stuff.
They have community. What I'm saying is, so you have a Jamaican school that you send your kids to?
No, that's like part of the point that I was going to get to is just
Okay. So
like
in other words, so you don't buy connect clothes they sell in Canada.
no,
I'm
we did
asking. You
definitely.
did. So in other words, you assimilated into the culture, right?
Yeah, and that's what I was like part of what I was trying to get to is just that like I know it's a lot different over there in the States, but basically you have to somewhat assimilate yourself into the culture to survive. Like yes, you could still have a semblance of your culture and stuff, but like you gotta assimilate yourself to be able to survive and operate within the culture. And to what he was speaking about earlier, it's like a common sentiment that I see that when people, especially like in the U.S., obviously this is where I mostly hear the pro black stuff is is like when he was talking about he doesn't want to go anywhere else, which is cool and stuff, right? But it's just it's like
Pro black. It's not pro black. I'm just black. I'm not pro black. I'm just black.
no, I was more so speaking about the fact that just like if you procreate with somebody that's like black from somewhere else or even any race at all, like if you were at the head of the household, it's still going to be a black household.
Well,
As long as you're imparting your wisdom, it's going to be a black household.
basically, okay. The thing is that, well, I'm not even going to explain that, but basically, your society is going by the third generation, your society is going to define who you are and what you are. Okay, by third generation, that's been proven, especially in America. That's what I've been because I used to have these arguments with pro blacks and all these kind of people saying the exact same shit that Rohgish is saying, right? So where the fuck you sending kids? You sending kids to an all black school? No. Why not? Because we got to work. You don't have to work, okay? You don't. Your wife can stay at home and homeschool your kids. That's perfectly legal. How come you don't do that? Because we want this, we want this, we want this.
Yeah, you want to be Americans.
You want to be Americans, which
You want to be Americans.
Okay. So in other words, so as a group, okay, because we took this poll. It's 2005, okay, because we asked.
Yeah.
My buddy had a call, online call-in show, right? We're gonna ask, are you African? Or are you American? Are you black? Or are you American? Right?
Mm-hmm.
70%. I'm American.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
When you go over to the continent, okay, you're American. I don't care what you say.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You share 90% of what the same thing that a white boy does. Okay, 90%.
yeah,
Because when I've been to a
and
foreign country, and when I went in Guatemala, okay, trust and believe, the white boys are looking for me because I was American. Okay, because we share the same culture.
Right.
that's
Your
like
stomach,
that's
if
like part
anything
of
else, your stomach could tell you you're American more than anything else. Because when I went to
It's
Ghana,
true.
man,
Yeah,
his
yeah. You can't
stomach,
eat
the
everything.
different type of foods,
Yeah,
well,
brother, that you don't realize that
well,
you've been indoctrinated into eating. And the,
yeah.
and the other thing for me is this, bro. You're telling me that you're not somewhat invested in this system, but I see you're not lighting back there. You got a nice little blue hue
There
back
y'all.
there.
There y'all go
You
with
got
that
a
again.
room. Yes, hold on
Yeah.
though. Yes, but hold on though, brother.
Yeah.
Don't cut in. Don't say nothing. Because
nah,
here's the
bro.
Y'all
deal. Because
niggas are
on that
some
spot,
drones.
bro. Can I, bro? But you landed, bro. Can I speak?
Go ahead. I got him. Go ahead.
Look, because here's the deal. At the end of the day, whatever you're paying on where you're looking, because I know you're not getting that for free. We know that's not for free. None of that stuff that you got in there was for free. And at the end of the day, the food that you got in your refrigerator, you have to buy because last time I checked, I never met a human that can't survive off of no food and no water. So you have to pay for these things, bro. You can't just go out and just go drink some. What you gonna do? Is drink some ocean water? And here's another angle is this. Like at the end of the day, your tax dollars, your money is going towards the U.S. government and the U.S. government federal bank. It's flowing right into the currency supply at
One,
the end of the
take
day.
this
That's
shit out
your
of the
money.
tree hugger shit, man. What the fuck
And
is up with y'all with
ain't nobody tree hugging, bro. At the end of the day, bro, you already acknowledge that some degree you buy into the culture, bro. So this whole
Ain't no
argument
some
is already
degree.
pointless.
Oh, sir. He
It
has
ain't
went
even
to
no
the
some
military.
degree, but it is what it
No,
is.
I'm saying that
He
y'all
went to
coming
the,
to me
he
like
went
I'm
to,
some kind of
he went,
fucking tree hugger
he
and
went to,
shit. That's how y'all treating this. Like, oh, if you want to go live in the wild, you want to go live here.
When
This,
nigga, that's how you
this,
talking.
really? Is that how you?
Yes, cause you can't. You ain't got no survival, nigga. You have no real survival skills.
Everything that I spoke about are work.
I mean, shit. I'd rather hear this argument from Charles, cause
I
at
don't want
least
to
he
drop
say
you.
he's in the military.
Now, if you unmute yourself again, I'm gonna drop you down. Okay.
Well, you got to think about it.
Go ahead,
Rogan was,
Charles. I'm gonna
Ro-
drop you down if you unmute yourself again. Let people
well,
talk.
Rogan was in the Navy too, so he
He
was on
was.
the.
Yeah. Oh, he was in the military too. Oh
Oh
shit.
hell nah! Ain't
Oh
no way you should
hell
be
no.
saying this.
Oh
There's
hell
no way you
no.
should be
Oh
saying this.
hell no. No,
Can
that
I talk
nigga.
now? Can I talk now?
No, you can't.
No, bruh, you
Okay,
can't.
go ahead. I can't talk. Okay, I can't talk. Yeah, and you know what? When I was in the military, you can't come back here and protect your people the way that they tell you to go kill for motherfuckers over.
But you did though. You took your ass over there. You did go kill. So
Go ahead,
don't
Charles.
say shit.
Go ahead, Charles. Go ahead. Go ahead, Charles.
Patriarchal ass.
If you stop talking over people, we'll let you back up. But you have to stop talking over people. Go ahead,
Man.
Charles.
Ooh.
Because you had plenty of your say. Okay, you said that you tried to state your points, or you tried to state your position. We gave you plenty of time to do so. Give somebody else a chance to talk. Okay.
I mean, it's kind of funny
You
because
kind of remind me. Remember Neil when he was in? We talked to the architect and all the Neils in the background on the screen, flipping fingers and shit like that. I'm not part of the Masons. Fuck that. That's what he looks like.
it's kind
Go
of
ahead.
funny.
Go ahead. That's what he looked like. Ah, no, fuck that. No, no. Go ahead,
Kind of
Charles.
funny because it's kind of funny. You know, he knows that he is God. It's kind of funny because there's no man ever who lived to himself and died to himself. And yes, people ask me, "Who are you?" I'm black. What's your nationality? American. Been asked that all the time when I was really globetrotting at one point. Nowhere, there's very few times people are going to identify you as just your skin color. You can hear from my voice, you can hear from my mannerisms, the way that I dress, the things that I like to do. And they're going to say you're an American boy. Like, matter of fact, one of my ex-girlfriends, her ex-husband was from Guyana. You know what they called her son? Even though they were like playing soccer with all his cousins down there, they're like, that's the American boy.
It's American boy, yeah.
There's gonna be a difference. I mean, shit, how many cultures do we have in America? How many accents do we have in America?
Yeah, you got about another minute, Charles.
And that tells you enough alone where you can be an individual. Yeah, sure. I salute anybody for their individuality, but
I
but
laugh at that shit.
when it comes to the totality of a group of people, you're gonna have to come together at some point because I like eating, food and not having to worry about if my water
It's gonna
is
make you sick.
poison.
Yeah, poison. Yeah.
Exactly. What the hell?
You got 30. Hold on a second. You got 30 seconds, Charles. And we'll let Rohgish back in.
I like it because I'm not saying America's the best at everything, but shit, it's better than what some people have, and you and I both seen it. Go ahead.
Yeah, he's seen it too. You got another 20 seconds if you want it.
Okay, you can't break my soul. You can't break my soul. We were singing that shit on my
Oh,
channel.
we break my soul. That's what, man. I've heard this stuff so long. I've been through this so much, man. And there's nothing that Rohgish is saying that I haven't heard before. That's
I tell everybody, if you're not a worldly person, go travel and
I
go
don't know
see.
why he's talking with it when he's muted, but it's okay.
Yeah, I tell them.
I'm saying, can I mute? Can I mute?
You're gonna mute now. Go ahead.
Okay, cool,
You got 2
cool.
minutes. Go ahead.
Yo, salute to all the amenities.
Yes, sir. We agreed on
In the
this.
check too.
I'm talking about the quality of the people. Everybody bring it up. Well, you can
we-
buy this
we-
and you can
we-
buy
we
this.
agreed.
Okay, then. Yo, consumerism all the way.
Yes,
While your
yes,
motherfucking
yes.
social worth and the worth of your people is doing.
Yeah, that's bullshit. Go ahead.
Okay, I guess it makes sense.
Hey,
Fair trade.
Go ahead. You got
guess what?
you
Even in
got-
Europe, the
Hold
poor
on,
people
Charles.
wanted to live in
You
the
got-
palace.
So you like to talk. You got another minute
I
and
ain't
a half.
got, I ain't got shit. Nah, y'all good. Y'all good. He open it up. It's open up. Y'all good. Because
Well, like,
y'all mentioned the amenities. Okay, I guess that weighs more than everything else.
The amenities like being able to drink out of the water fountain. Okay, you
I
don't
get
have
it.
that most places.
I
That's an
get it.
amenity, right?
like,
I get it.
It's
I
an
get
amenity,
it.
Or
right?
I get
public
it.
Right?
restroom. How about that?
I get it.
Or eat food without getting
I
sick.
get it.
Is that an
I would
amenity?
just
My
say
mention is the
Is
history
it
of a
amenity?
people and them establishing agency within some form of
What does
self
that mean?
identification.
What does that
And
mean?
y'all bring up lights, water. Oh, you do this with the food. Like oh, back up a little bit, man, because we got this shit. It's almost like talking to these foreign folks where
No,
they
no,
say,
no.
"Look at the opportunities."
That's going to say the same thing. Look what opportunity. The thing is, when you accept it, you accept the contract of being in society, sir.
I would say this.
You
Come with
you
it.
Talk about civil rights, right?
Military. I cannot come back and put in work for my folks the way they send a nigga over there.
Hold
The
on.
military don't count, cuz.
Don't cut people off.
We're
All
gonna
right.
talk about the people, just black people, right? I'll say this much. When we talking about civil rights and you couldn't drink at a goddamn water fountain, what type of water fountains were blacks allowed to drink?
Okay. Black water fountains.
What type of schoolhouses were black kids in compared
Okay.
to white?
I get it.
Do you want the best and brightest for yours?
I want them safe. I wanted them away from the people who seemed like they was trying to kill them at every turn. That's what I would want for them.
The only thing
If it,
about-
that's what I would have wanted for them. I would want them to stay away from these people that look like they don't want them to have
Move
no
to
type of
Liberia.
peace, no
Move to
type of
Liberia.
harmony, no type of enrichment.
Move.
are they-
That's what I would want.
Move then.
No, it ain't about moving. This is where the creator planted you. Those of you who believe in.
but you said you define yourself though. How do you define yourself when this is where it's at?
Hold it.
Yo.
Charles, you're a cop, right?
The way that you live.
Hold on. Charles, you're a cop, right?
People see black people living differently.
There's a police
Do I have
officer.
to cop you down, man?
Sergeant Parker is a police officer. Yes, he is.
Okay. In other words, if there's a threat, what do? Two things: either eliminate it or what? Get
You
away
either
from it,
eliminate it or you mitigate it.
or you get away from it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in other words, if you have a neighbor that living by a crack house, right, you can't get rid of it. What do? You move.
Move. But here's the thing about it, right? I'm for my people. I love being black, but are black people safer what we have now than what we had back then? When we had hometowns, they were burning them fuckers down. It was wishes unfortunately, I wish we would have shot back, but we didn't have the manpower nor the firepower.
You still don't.
And we still don't. And when you look at it strategically, unless we have the manpower or the firepower, we got to look at what we can do to keep survival.
Okay, and manpower, firepower, and then guess what? You got to come up with your own food and water, your own food, water, and energy,
which
okay?
is
which you cannot do separately because this is a unified society. Okay, you can't cut it off.
And Rogish, you talking about skin color, brother? You talking about because that's what you just mentioned.
I'm talking about culture. Skin color don't mean nothing. I'm talking culture.
What it sounds like to me is you was talking about.
I get it. You've been responding. You've been responding to how it sounds.
Hold on, okay. I can't get in though.
You've been doing.
I can't get in though. Oh man, can I finish?
Go ahead.
Skin all right, color. Thank you, bro. Bro, it's like he's in his fifties, bro. Because it's not even that deep for me. All I'm just saying is, from my perspective, if we talking black, he's talking about this black individualism. I mean, they got that in Africa right now. What do these Africans got? Because if we talking about just phenotype,
here we go telling somebody to go somewhere.
Hold on, okay.
Hey, don't send me nowhere else, cuz that's offensive. That's culturally offensive. Okay.
Can I finish? Every time you get spicy, you're spicy,
offensive. I'm spicy. You wouldn't use that word in front of me, homie.
You're spicy. You
wouldn't use that word in front of me, dog. You black manosphere motherfuckers be safe behind the motherfucking thing, cuz.
Bro, you would have
spicy, really?
don't want that. Look,
Spicy?
you don't
Go
want
ahead.
that. You
Finish.
are.
No,
You dead ass
hey,
are.
hey, hey. Go finish your thought
But
again.
at the end of the, all right, but at the end of the at the end of the yes, African culture. Because at the end of the day, you can't say that they don't have a black culture when they come over here. They receive the same classification that we do, that we have. So it doesn't actually really matter. And it never was based off of some, oh, you're trying to talk about geography, but even if you go from the geography angle, I mean, our culture has only been, located in one country for the majority of its time being on the planet, which is the United States. So at the end of the day, you have to say we have that culture because there has been nowhere else, no other geographical landmass we've been on. Like, what are you gonna say? We're African? Like, what are you gonna say?
No, I'm not saying we're African. That's why I ain't talking about going to Africa. Y'all trying to send nigga out to Africa.
But what
You
are
can
we
go
though?
here
What
to
what
this
what
country
is
and all
the
that.
different
Black.
culture though? Where
I'm
where
black.
is the different
I'm
culture?
black. I'm
What
black.
is black? What is
I'm black.
black?
I'm black.
What
Well,
is black?
you would think black people would define it.
Oh,
Something that
I'm trying to get you to
something that are
define it
not
because you
something.
keep
Hold
saying
up, wait a
it.
minute. Something that
he
non-Americans
ain't gonna define it.
identify
Can I
as different from standard American. Oh, the way y'all do it is different. Different from who? Even different from everybody else who's there. Why is that? Oh, what type of people are we if we live differently and have an effect on other people who live like us within their system?
What type of effect? What
Some
effect?
some affected where they believe that they're rocking at a higher quality. You feel me?
What
Okay,
caused them to
and
believe that they're rocking at a higher quality
I don't know.
specifically?
You gotta ask them that because
he don't know.
before they try to stop trying to before they
He
start
don't
trying to
know.
get like us,
He
they
don't
don't
know.
feel as live with it.
But if you don't
Okay,
know, but
and
how
if
do you
hold up,
truly
and
know?
if you've been around the
Hold on.
world, if you've been around the world a couple of times, in
know.
different nations, you would understand that. Okay, wait a
But
minute,
I
yeah.
have though. But I
When
have
people,
though, Rogish. I
okay, so
have
when you see the
Rogish.
American that people try to rock, where they say that they're feeling
Got 30
at their
seconds.
best, drop my fucking water. Hold up,
Yeah. Oh,
Brother,
really?
damn it.
Drop
brother,
your water. Where'd it come from, man? Did it come from the riverbank or where'd it come from,
Here
man?
we go.
Rogish,
Back
you
to the
just said,
commodities. I
Rogish,
hope the
you
white
just
man
hold
put some
on,
motherfucking air for you
brother.
niggas to
Can
buy.
I
And y'all gonna be
please
like, you
just
know what?
speak?
He did.
I
He
gotta pay
did.
for my air, cuz.
Now I did put in my tires.
Here go these amenities.
Rogish,
No. Y'all receiving this as pro black.
you just
Y'all receiving this as some type of
I didn't
some
say
type
that.
of
I
we
didn't
are the
say
world
that.
shit. No,
No,
you ain't
I
gotta
didn't say
say
that.
it. That's why you
No, I
said
don't. I
feel.
definitely, I definitely.
Hold on. Okay, y'all can't talk over each other. Hey, Rogish, stop. No.
No, that's
Stop
why
it.
you got a pocket talking spicy, cuz.
All right. Okay. What I
I,
said, don't unmute yourself unless you, or I'm gonna drop you down. Okay. Capiche? We good? Give me a thumbs up if you understand. Give me a thumbs up. All right. Stop interrupting one at a time. Now go ahead. Go ahead, Pookie, and then Rogish. Okay. Let's be civil. Okay.
Nah, I'm gonna fall back. Y'all got it. Good night.
All right.
I'm just. Oh man, you niggas are making me drink tonight.
Man, the thing is, I've heard, man, I've out of 40 years, man, y'all come up with something new, please. Okay, the same shit. Nah, you know what? I'm gonna define myself as black right here, and I'm not going no place else. Get the fuck out of here.
I mean, if you don't, here's the crazy part, right?
Mhm.
When people say they don't like America, I said, have you been anywhere else? Usually it's no. You will kiss the ground on American soil when you got to go through everywhere. Go look at that black lady who was over there acting a fool over there in Qatar
Yeah,
and see what the fuck.
it's not our culture.
And
Okay.
and once you go outside the protective walls, and yes, 99.9% of you motherfuckers live in a bubble. You don't see too many. When you see them African motherfuckers come over here, you don't see them trying to go back. Hell no.
He ain't trying to go back.
Like
Hell
what
no.
what what I've been trying to get in with was that like Pookie like had this argument and Rogish had this argument and like this is the typical argument when you talk about like the whole like FBA 8 versus everybody else stuff, which is fair. It's a fair argument to have, right? But it's just like to me, I'm looking at it like this is just tribalism on a global scale.
Okay. FBA and ADOS is a political financial designation. Okay, has nothing to do with culture. Okay, that's
Well, like the
uh, FBA. Now people try to expand it into something else. Okay, but it's not. It's
well, like
it's. Go ahead.
yeah, the point that I was trying to make is just like Charles is from Baltimore, you're from Cali.
Hmm.
Like, would you say that you guys have the same culture? I mean, you have a
We had the
general.
same culture. We had the same culture with the
We have different subcultures.
with regional differences.
There's a subculture regional. There's a
E-
there's good.
and that's the point that I'm trying to make. It's just like
Uh,
you go anywhere in Africa, like it's gonna be somewhat the same, but
you
slightly
can
different.
you go to London, the UK, man. You see hear 10 different dialects.
It's
Put
hey,
those
BGS. It's like this. It's like he's saying, Sirius B. This we're going to talk about a star. Sirius B was shining so bright that it's not a part of the whole Milky Way galaxy because it's shining so bright inside of the Milky Way galaxy
I,
because it's
what,
such a bright star. That
what
doesn't
what
make sense. It's
what what
still
what makes me upset is basically I'm not part of the culture, but every last little thing that you're wearing, that you have on, that you're eating is that's part of the culture, okay? But I'm not defined by it. Nigga, you speak
Hey,
English, okay?
hey hey
BGS.
you
hey.
got
hey here's
that.
the,
Go ahead,
I
go
got
ahead. Hold on,
to
hey,
tell
one,
you about
one time. Who's
that.
first?
What it
here's
what it
here's
what
One,
it
here's
hold on, one. Who's first? One at a time. Who's first?
go
let me
ahead.
let me
Pookie,
just
go ahead, Pookie, real quick. You got 30 seconds. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to say this as a response to what I was saying before. Basically, bro, you said you didn't even know as a fact what was the actual stimulus that's making people look at black people as some sovereign kind of entity within the United States. So at the end of the day, I could always say that
It's
you don't necessarily even know if that's the truth because you can't definitively tell me what is the actual difference in black people and black culture. So how do you even know what you're seeing is correct? Because you don't have no like smoking gun to explain what black culture is and
all right.
what they're seeing.
Okay,
So
Charles, go ahead. Finish up.
People forget.
So
Hold on.
I thought I was.
Go no, go ahead, Charles.
People don't forget that there's subcultures. Even if there's a subculture, the overwhelming thing is if you don't like your culture or you don't like America, don't use American dollars. Don't use American products. Don't use American anything. Don't shop at stores. There's a reason why people came together and created this nation because it's really, really hard to be a group of individuals living together. You have to have some type of law, some type of order, some type of status.
15
Yes,
seconds.
yes, historically it may not be always right. Historically, yeah, this country has done fucked up shit to a lot of people. But when you get the quality of life you have, when you see everybody else, I ain't leaving.
All right. Leon, go ahead.
Mhm. Our group males want to use an intersectional view and redefine themselves as something different or something. It is what it is, bro. You're an out group male. We're out group males. We're a smaller tribe of people that just come together because we're the same color and the country oppresses us in similar ways. So, you know, let's just pack up and all go back to Africa and touch the dirt and lay our flag and shit. Let's go do that.
You
Fuck out of
Indians,
exactly.
here.
they bought your country in the 18th century. It's called Liberia. Why
Yeah.
don't you go? Because you don't want to. That's what.
Man, fuck that. I got pipes and
And
running water. I can drink out of the tap.
guess what the ex-slaves said when they said to give them the same choice.
They
They
said,
said,
hell no, I love the white man.
no, they said hell no. This is my home, right? The same shit he's saying. They're
Yeah.
still saying the same shit. Okay,
Yep.
well, go ahead.
They're
You got
still
another
saying the
minute.
same shit.
Finish.
Small story, it's a true
Very small.
story where this lady went out to New Mexico with her husband and she was from Mississippi. He tried so hard to build something and he ended up in the hut for the rest of his life trying to seek something different instead of just staying on the plantation in a nice barn. So I mean, it is what it is. Get in where you fit in. You don't have to like the situation. It is what it is.
The only choice you have is to get in where you fit in.
Yep.
Otherwise, you either die or you go someplace else. Okay, everybody.
Yep.
I see immigrants come across the border within a year. They're trying to get in where they fit in. Okay, Okay,
Yep, that's all it is.
that's all it is.
He had to get in where he fit in the military. He didn't get that check back. BGS. How about that?
Well, when say you join the military anyway, when he say join the military, you already know. Okay, come on, man, you
Yeah,
bullshit.
you're trained.
Right, that's the ultimate of accepted society.
Yes, so it sure is. Who wants to get in? Hasn't gotten in.
Like,
Come on, roll out. Peace out.
I just want to get in real quick. Like, basically, this conversation tonight kind of reminds me of the conversation that was had over on Kev's, which is basically like, it's like a black pill conversation, low key, where it's just like, do you want to continue living under your current living standards, or do you want to unfortunately have to work with people you don't want to work with to get your goal accomplished?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying is my partner I work with. He used to say the same shit, man. But thing is, you know, at least he tried to move someplace else. Okay. But thing is, you're using the Yankee dollar. You're interfacing with the culture. I don't claim the American culture. But you wear the clothes. You drive the car. You use the electricity. Okay.
Well, BDS, I had a cousin before that tried to be like, I'm not part of the society. I'm a Moor. You know what happened to
Oh
him?
yeah. Oh
He got
God.
locked up.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. Trust and believe. You try that any place else in the world, you will get locked up or you will get deleted. Okay. People
Like,
say
I don't follow your laws. I'm a Moor. Yeah. Good luck with that.
you can only say this kind of bullshit in a liberal society like the United States. You can't
Yeah,
do
let me
this
put
no
it to you
place else.
this way. This is the funniest shit, though. Those people in America we call sovereign citizens, and what makes it funny is that sovereign citizens will tell you, I don't respect you because you're a cop, give me the sheriff. But those sovereign citizens will rob a fucking bank with American money, but you don't respect the Constitution in America. Pick a struggle.
Yeah, you don't have to respect it. Basically, you can run afoul of it. Guess what's going to happen in a society? All societies enforce their own rules. I don't care where you go. Okay, you try to do that shit in out in the middle of nowhere in Ghana amongst the tribe. They're going to enforce their own rules. Okay, okay. They will make sure that you cannot harm a member of their society. They will do that. They will gang up on your ass and chop your ass up with machetes. Okay.
Hmm.
Don't believe it. Try it. Fuck around and find out. Charles knows because he was over in a foreign society for a couple years, right? All societies enforce their own rules. Okay, I don't care how far down you
And
pound
then you got to remember, there's rules on the books, and then there's rules between the community.
it. Hmm.
There's certain shit,
Oh yeah.
there's certain shit you don't play, and a lot of people really don't know how liberal they truly are. Because if they really, it, it reminds me so much of the conservative talks that died down a few months ago. I'm conservative. No, I'm conservative. No, you're not. They were like, I'm more conservative than you because most of you motherfuckers would not do military service. Well, what do you mean? That's the
Yeah,
most conservative thing you could fucking do.
I would like all them conservative motherfuckers think they're conservative move to South Korea for like 5 years and come back.
Fake conservative ass. They
And
be fucking
and
crying,
and
talking about
and,
how
and,
they be
and,
brainwashed.
and then they'll come back and find out. Well, I'm liberal. Okay, because you are. Okay.
And
Yeah, because
go,
they
go
done-
to,
they
go to
tried to brainwash his ass. He tried to do that American shit. It didn't work over there. They had his ass in the red room, ready to cut him up. Had to
hey,
skip his ass back.
you gotta bring your voice a little bit down because that shit is like booming.
My bad, my mic, my bad.
Yeah, it's booming like a motherfucker.
All right. Oh, who wants to get in? Hasn't gotten in.
Yeah, I get it. Can you guys hear me well? This headset part.
We
I
got
would
you. Go ahead.
say
Cool, cool, man.
I
Yeah,
can't
this
hear you.
com
It's like I'm fucking with you.
this conversation's always a little bit odd, man, because the best thing I was able to relate this, like I understand the sentiment of you understand that America is giving us a pretty bad messed up shake
Raw
and
deal
they
here.
treat us differently than everybody else, right?
Hmm.
But it's ultimately the game that you have to play. Like when you get very um it, it just seems like an overcorrection. Every time I have this conversation, it's an overcorrection in one side or the other. It's this I'm going to be my own sovereign citizen, or racism actually really doesn't exist if you don't think about it,
Hmm.
you know.
Yes,
And
I
and
heard that all the time.
when I was going back and forth, I was going back, and I hate dealing with this, but going back and forth with one of the older men in my family with it,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just talking, simply saying it's a good idea for a black man if you have the time and the intellect to get both a blue and white collar, just to give yourself versatility
Mm-hmm.
because of the system you're in. And then every time you bring up race, it's a fight. And then the best example I'm able to give these guys is that, look, I did baseball, wrestling, and football. All right.
Mm-hmm.
The sport I hated the most out of all three of those was football. And the
Okay.
issue was that I hated about it was that in all the other sports, I don't have to deal with weight differences and size differences. All right. I don't have to deal with stuff like that. When I went to football, I personally could not get over the fact that this 300-pound offensive lineman can move up and attack a safety. Couldn't
Okay.
get over it. Couldn't
Why?
get over it. And I feel like, well, for me, I think it was just out of the games I was used to playing with wrestling and baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Wrestling is obviously
It's a
it's
weight
weight
class.
control.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weight control. I don't have
Mm-hmm.
to deal with anybody too much bigger than me. And in baseball, it doesn't matter. Whether it really doesn't matter. Your job is to sling the ball past me. It has nothing to
Mm-hmm.
do with my size.
Mm-hmm.
So when I had to go into a sport and realize, like, hey man, there's games where dudes who are bigger than you are going to
Mm-hmm.
come up on you.
Yes.
And that's the part that I think, well, I explained this is where the disconnect is. It's like you're doing what I was doing, is that I can't get over the fact that this game in particular is not weight controlled. I can't deal with it. I don't
Mm-hmm.
want to deal with it. That's why I
Mm-hmm.
didn't play it for two. I only did it for like 2 years in high school. But
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. The thing is, when it comes to societies like this, what what society doesn't have almost the same rules?
no other society. That's the hard part, is that
Mm-hmm.
eventually you're going to have to find a position and play it. Okay. Now I
Mm-hmm.
started late, so I wasn't trying to learn. And it's also super coordinated. Football is super coordinated compared to the other two. So I wasn't trying to learn what my size and speed can I get that into where I
Yeah.
be a better running back or a receiver, or I wasn't trying to get into all that.
Mhm.
But
You,
when you're
So you
playing
had
the
to, you
game
had
in
to.
America,
you,
you're
you know
gonna have to play that game.
you know what's going on in the continent right now as we speak? Okay. Yeah, so many of us are going back repatriating. The locals are getting pissed off. You know why? Is because
Because
your Yankee dollar with your blue passport is giving you an advantage over them. Okay. You, you can they can't buy the land that you can buy because guess what? Your money's worth 30 times theirs. So in other
Stretch
words,
this further.
in other words, you are big you're big not stretches further, it's worth more. Okay. It's
but
not
that's
stretching. It's worth more. So in other words, uh, uh, I was looking it up earlier today. Guess what? Guess what the median monthly wage of a Ghanaian is?
$1,000 a month. That's what they
Hun-
told me.
$100 a month, median
Damn.
wage. Okay. If you're educated, it's $500 a month, right? You make $1,000 a month, that puts you in the top 10%. So you get an American that's bringing in $2,000 a month from Social Security. Guess where that puts them? It puts them in the top, damn near the top 1%. And guess what the natives do? Where they have to struggle on damn near on $2 a day, or work for $300 a month as a maid or whatever they do, or as a teacher. A teacher makes what, 300, $400 a month.
Damn.
So so in other, so in other words, guess what? You know, in societies, guess what? There's people that have more leverage than you, or more size than you, or more speed than you.
Really don't have a choice
you know
either.
what? Yeah,
You have to perform. Because if you don't, you will die. You don't have no other skills.
I
We don't
mean,
have no caveman, hunter and gatherer type. I mean,
Yeah.
Charles may have that. A couple people may have that, but I don't got that shit. I'm gonna die.
this is the reason why
Like,
Come on,
this
man.
is the reason why you have a society, because life is not fair.
Yeah.
You know, let me explain.
Nature's not fair. But go out in that Serengeti by yourself without people. without
and
yeah.
that's the part you
Them
You
have.
will
lions,
die.
them lions, them wolves, lions, and bears will eat you. Okay.
They will
Yes,
eat
they will.
you. Like, this is the reason why you have a society, because guess what? Human beings are not stupid.
Yeah, they're not. They're not.
You're not stupid. The, a fucking put it to you this way: you go out of India and you got to face a 700 fucking pound tiger. Little known, a little biological fact: a tiger's legs are so strong you can shoot it dead and it can still stand while it's dead. That's how strong their legs are. Like, when you gotta face something that doesn't give a fuck about an elephant and will come after you on top of an elephant,
Mm-hmm.
like, them fucking Siberian tigers hunt bears.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what the fuck do you do? Like, you really think you're not gonna be part of this? Even if you go out into the woods, build a shack, remember, you have a scent.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You have something that big cat eats small cat. This is just what it is. The reason why you have a society, because it's not fair. Not everybody's gonna be fucking Nimrod. Okay? Not everybody's gonna be the strongest and fastest. And that's the reason why you have a society. Because guess what? If we really wanted to be on the genetic superiority line, a lot of us would have been thrown off a cliff a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
But there is a
And
lot of
is it?
ways
I mean,
you have to fight with
Hey,
it. So
if you don't think the wild, especially in Africa, is a joke, just look up the honey badger.
Honey
Uh,
badger don't give a fuck.
yeah, that's some real shit though. Honey badger doesn't give a fuck. Their skin is
Pliable.
so pliable you can't stab them with a knife.
Yeah, the lions can't shoot through them. The hyenas can't shoot through them. They're
And
cold. They're cold. They eat cobras.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was about to say. Okay, if you haven't seen this video, anything that can get bit by a cobra,
Mm-hmm.
wake up and eat the same damn cobra is not an animal you need to be fucking with.
No.
I'm sorry.
And by the way, I forget what they're like, the badger family or something similar to that.
Yeah. Yeah. Guess what? The only thing honey badger doesn't fuck with human beings.
Yeah. Here's the only thing about badgers and wolverines and honey badgers. Lions, tigers, and hyenas, they go for the jugular. They have
Yeah,
dignity if they kill something. Honey badger is the
they
dirtiest
go for
fucking
your
fight in
roof.
the fucking universe. They go for the groin
Yes.
and they hang over it. Like, oh God, you evil bastards. I'm just gonna tell you, like, a lot of you guys out there who says I don't like to be a part of society, I don't like being part of this. Guess what your American dollar is backed by? It's backed by the fucking military. Take my fucking currency or I will fucking blockade you or bombard you.
So why did I have a hard time believing that people will stay someplace that they don't like.
You know, it's the same thing what black women say about black men.
Yeah.
I got nowhere else to go.
Oh, I should have
And
played that one.
he literally admitted that he enjoyed some things of the society. Here's the thing: if you truly define yourself, then just define yourself and just enlighten it.
He did.
If you want to get the better of society,
He did define himself.
I got nowhere else to go. I got nowhere else to go.
Let me put it to you this way. Let me put it to you this way, right? There's a reason why we have the Olympics, because the Olympics are really war games. That's what the ancient Olympics and modern Olympics are.
Oh yeah, they died after competition. Yeah.
You got to have the competition. You got to have war games. If I have the biggest wrestlers, the strongest wrestlers, that means I must by default have the biggest, strongest army, or at least have the capabilities of building that.
Mm-hmm.
So when you go and you can literally drag your nuts into another country overseas, and your dollar is worth 30 to 300 in some countries more than theirs,
Mm-hmm. There's a reason for that.
there's a reason. Like, look, There's a lot of people who don't like the military, but if the military didn't do their job, the ink will be worth more than the paper your dollars.
There's a reason that this whole structure exists, and that's why I was trying to tell Rogish, no, I ain't gonna let this culture define me, dude. It already has.
But culture defines you in so many ways. Like when you go to the fucking VA hospital, you know what it defines me on my license? Veteran. Okay? There are certain things I don't mind that define me. People be like, well, you a cop. Guess what? If I get stopped by the police and I pull out my fucking ID that says police on it or police sergeant, you know what that defines me as? Yeah, he's not gonna fuck with me.
That's why I try to ask him, how do you define yourself? Okay. And it was always a fruit salad. Okay.
I can't define myself with just one thing. Am I black? Yes. Am I a veteran? Yes. There's multiple paths.
Your number one identifier is you're fucking American. 90% of what you do is the same thing every other American does in the United States.
I think it's hard because a lot of guys, well, at least in this space, they were born and raised here. So, you know, those who weren't born and raised here, they understand that America is a fishbowl for the most part, or a fish tank.
Yeah.
And the sad thing is that a lot of guys in space don't realize America is the easiest place in the world for you to move up.
Mm-hmm.
So your socioeconomic status, the easiest.
Yeah, he said, well, America is defined by class. I said, show me a society that's not defined by class.
Hierarchy is everywhere. It's in nature. Is with you. Well, we're mammals, so it's with us as well. And it doesn't matter. Yeah, I mean, this, the white man's standards have been on top for what 200 years to change maybe.
Yeah.
But I mean, when you look at history, they just got it. Like people don't realize like it really hasn't been long when you look at history. China's been longer. Africans, various African cultures have been longer.
India,
yeah,
a bunch of places.
Y'all talking about countries in the last honey. Let's talk about the dinosaurs, because fuck the white man.
Dinosaurs don't form societies, sir.
No.
You gotta.
But the point is a hierarchy though. At the end of the day, and we was at the bottom of that shit. So that's how fluid it really could be. It really doesn't matter, but it's always there.
What we're saying is, no matter human beings replicate what they do, as far as societies going all the way back hundreds of thousands of years. You're not doing anything different.
There's always been the haves and have-nots. It has to be.
Yeah, you are, and that's why I always say, guys, they don't understand power. They really don't understand it. They don't understand power. They don't understand hierarchy. They don't understand the privileges that we really have in this country.
Yes, they do. Which is why when you say, why don't you go someplace and make it, right? I ain't leaving. Why you think they say that? They know I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere.
You know what, Salji? I'm gonna tell you this one, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I've noticed this about a lot of guys in America, especially Black American men. A lot of Black American men really hate some things like the word game. And I had to tell people, game is not about trying to talk to women. Game is how you maneuver through life.
It's game theory, exactly.
It's like lust. It's like lust. Like a lot of guys are angry because a woman, they never had the pleasure of a woman lust after them. I said, there's some people who got it. There's some people who don't. And I'm not an accountant. I'm not as good as a math guy as you are. I'm pretty sure if I put you in the streets of Baltimore as a cop, you wouldn't know what to do.
I don't know about that. He's the equalizer's.
I'm not saying that's
well, he's like he ain't Charles Faulkner. That's
no, yeah. I'm not kicking down doors, but I got some quick hands. I'm pretty shifty with a gun.
I'm not saying that he's incapable of doing it. See, the secret is beginning to fight.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But I'm not saying he's capable of doing it. But
just there's levels.
There's levels to this shit. Like there's times I will talk a person down much larger than me, with joking with them, and there's times when I'm like, they'll see like, what are you doing? My nightstick is by your knee. Do you want to be a cripple? They'll be like, would you actually do that? Yes. I'm either gonna hit. I even told the guy verbatim what the use of force against that was, unless edged circumstances. I said, let me see, you're about 6'9", close to about 400 pounds. I will take this cocoa bowl nightstick and I will make your knee go to the back of your leg.
I was about to say the knee.
And I said, and then while you're falling, I'm gonna hit you in the fucking base of your spine on your neck. You will be pissing in a bag.
Yeah, he'll be pissing from a colostomy bag for the rest of his life.
And I explained to him every little detailed thing that I would do, and he's like, "Man, you're dark." I said, "But is it effective?" He said, "Yes, it was." And it's like, guess what? Like, Saulji has to be dark with people when he's at his job. This is what the numbers are. I can't do this because I'm not going to sign off on this. Do you want to be in federal prison because of tax fraud?
Yeah.
Is that dark, Saulji?
Yeah, I mean, I got to be dog everywhere, man.
I mean, action with the picture, but
I don't have the size advantage like you do. So sometimes I gotta come out and be like, come on, man, like why you gotta make me be an ass right now?
Well, believe
No,
it or
but you
not,
got the asshole tendency.
I'll tell
You have the asshole advantage right there. You know,
even
so you used to be an asshole about everything.
We're gonna wrap this up in about another 20 minutes, but
believe it or not,
go ahead.
So I'll say this. I'll tell you a little secret. Most people buck at me are not regular sized people. It's either people much larger than me or people who have numbers. And they fucked around and found out.
Yeah, training is a great equalizer, right?
That and Glocks.
Oh yeah. What is it? What is it? Colt. Nature made all men.
God made us free. Colt made it.
It's all equal, right?
Clear the room.
Yeah.
I have my 10th degree black belt in gun fu.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, BGS.
Yes, sir.
All I can say right now is this: unfortunately, Chris Base isn't here, but I have to say it for you. What in the all types of blue hell did just transpire tonight?
In other words, this is nothing. I've had this argument. I don't know how many times. Right. The thing is, he kept getting upset because I kept pointing out that you are part of the culture. You don't have a choice. You accepted the culture because if you didn't accept the culture, you'd be on a boat because there's so many people that are expats for that reason. They couldn't stand the culture anymore, right? Guess what they did? They got on the plane and they left. They found a different one. If you're not going to do that, you've accepted the contract. That's why he hated about the thing about the battered wife, right? Okay. Why she stayed with him for 4 years? She said the same shit. I'm gonna stay here because I want him to do right by me, right? So you
I
accept the abuse.
remember.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I remember when I was 12. I left the Middle East and moved back to Eritrea, and I had to learn that the hard way.
What'd you learn?
I was part of the culture. I
Mm-hmm.
was part of my ethnicity.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I was a kid, I was like a lot of kids coming home from overseas.
Mm-hmm.
They had to break us in, and unfortunately, we had to learn the hard way because we didn't have no manual on how to grow up in that culture. We did not grow up in that culture. This is a post-independence, post-regime society that was going through a transition.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a lot of chaos, and it was kind of rough for a lot of us. Not as rough as a lot of, but I can also remember there was a lot of kids coming home from Ethiopia, and they had a harder time integrating. So yeah, we're part of the culture whether we like it or not. We're first viewed as Eritreans and then by our ethnicities.
Yeah.
Which means you guys speak with the people in your mother tongue one way or another. You're never going to learn it. My father told me, this is your home, whether you like it or not, boy.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. You even where you live now, you're known by the place where you came from.
Yes.
Yeah. My skin color, hell, I'm known by my vitiligo, in fact.
I mean, you got to remember, like, The more you try to pull away from what you are, the more you're going to be reminded of what you are.
Oh
And
yes.
I've learned that on many different
Yeah.
occasions when you sit down and you talk to older vets. Like I'm still considered a young vet, and you're at least for the next 5 years, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much. Depends on who you're talking to, though.
Depends on who you're talking to, because when I was in the ESI, I was like, "Are you considered old if you joined the military before 9/11?" And the guys looked at me and was like, "How old are you?"
That's it. Exactly. But go ahead, finish your point.
The point that I was making is this: is that I'll use the example of Superman.
Hmm.
He's the story of the ultimate immigrant.
Oh yeah.
Culturally, he's a farm boy. Biologically, you're from an advanced civilization. Your biology is going to teach you you're not one of them.
Hmm.
You can't hug them the way a normal kid hugs somebody. You'll split them in half. And
Mm-hmm.
that's the thing that a lot of people want to be black and proud, but there's other people who don't want to be black because they look at us like the fucking New York Jets.
In other words, basically, you go to the continent, of Africa, they don't consider themselves black. They're where they came from.
No,
Okay?
Yeah,
exactly.
Because it's a
Yep.
given. We identify by our tribes or ethnicities first.
Yeah,
Hell.
yeah.
Oh, by the way, BGS,
Mhm.
if I may,
Go ahead.
where I'm at right now, they identify me as an African because
Yes.
half the time they can't even find where I'm from on the map or even never heard of it. So it is what it is.
Yeah, well, in other words, the identifier of black for the most part came from America because
Yes.
because we
Yeah,
we didn't like being called Negro anymore. We defined ourselves. That's where it
true.
came from. Okay,
Yeah.
and then all this, okay, that's cool. Being black is cool. Other people started adopting that. That's where it
Yep.
came from.
think
Uh-huh.
of- we had to transform because black was looked at as the ultimate opposite of white.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we had to transform that as the black and I'm proud in the '60s and '70s.
Hmm.
Thank you,
That
James Brown.
and you got to remember, this is when people try to say, and I'm not knocking Africans, but that's when a lot of Africans try to say we don't have culture. I said, hey, I had to tell this one guy, I said, wherever the American black goes, the diaspora follows.
Uh-huh.
Because
Yeah, it's kind of.
we kind of set things up. Even I said, look,
It,
there's things that we can take from each other, but I just hate it when people try to say I'm not a part of something, but you
could,
take from it.
would you as a black person in America have the same influence if America didn't run the world?
Hell no.
No.
Hell no.
I'm
No.
asking. Okay. The reason that you can project your culture out onto the rest of the world is because what? Where do you belong? You belong to the empire.
It's called
Yep.
number one.
Called number one. So what comes out of the empire that's cool becomes cool all over the world because of your position in the world, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
There's somebody on the continent from a small village doing the exact same shit you do, maybe cooler. Guess what? Does he get projected out into the rest of the world?
No.
No.
Why?
I like to meet that motherfucker though, because if he cooler than me, then shit, that motherfucker supposed to be Arctic.
So in other words, people on the continent been twerking for 1,000 years, right? Was it popular?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
No.
When did
Nope.
it become popular?
Molly
When
We
side.
started.
In the States.
When Black Americans started twerking and made it a cultural phenomenon, all of a sudden the same shit they were doing for 2,000 years became cool.
Yep.
Down in New Orleans, right, in particular.
Yep.
All of a sudden became black culture,
How
became
many
American
It
culture.
became black, and then Miley
Yep.
Cyrus started doing it on a music awards and
It
shit, and it
became
went
became
worldwide.
became part of American culture and got projected, just like American culture
Hmm.
gets projected all over the world. Okay.
It's
Just like
probably
jazz, just like hip hop, just like what else? Boxing for a while became big because of so many black boxers, coming out of states and shit.
How many people dance to German music?
No
None.
idea. No idea.
Exactly.
How many people are wearing ladder hoses outside of Germany?
Exactly. Okay.
How many people are wearing Scottish kilts outside of Scotland?
You'd be
English.
surprised.
Yeah.
You'd be
Quite a
surprised.
quite
Hey, I will Samuel L. Jackson this motherfucker. You guys keep
That's it.
teasing me like this. It's
quite
wrong. That shit is
What,
wrong.
what I'm
quite a
saying, I understand what he's trying to say because like I said, I mean, it got to the point that you're repeating all the same tropes that I've heard for the last 30 years, man. Now
Yeah.
I say I thought I gave him a chance to prove his case, right? I thought I did. Maybe I did. Maybe I treated him unfairly.
My older
Nah, nah.
sister's boyfriend, he's just like that, man. Like I mean, we haven't had a conversation in a while, but he would get heated, and I'll just be sitting there real calm, and he'll say stuff like that. But I'm like, dude, but you born and raised here. Well, I don't understand why this is a hard concept for you to understand. Like, well, the morals and the this, and I'm like, I'm not discrediting that. I'm just saying that you're in this. You understand you're in this system. I said, even if you go to, even if you go to the woods or go somewhere and you isolate yourself, I said, if they decide they want that land, they're going to take it.
He
Like,
ain't got to do all that. Is he black in America?
yes.
Okay.
What? Yeah,
He
but yeah.
he can go over, get him a lawyer. He'll be a Liberian within what, a year?
Oh man, he's not trying to do that, man. He
Why?
doesn't. He doesn't even. He stated that he doesn't even have any African blood in him.
Oh boy.
Okay, all right.
But he's
What?
mad about slavery or completely exactly. Just
So
yeah.
where does the genes come from if he doesn't have African blood in him?
I asked him that.
What did he say? He got mad, huh?
Yes. I'm
Okay.
like, yo, what's
He's just like Rohgish, started using word salads, huh? I said, come on, man, where's the meat at, man? Give me some meat.
yes.
Does he think he's from the planet Nibiru?
Man.
No, I don't think so. That's
Called
too
you.
far.
Do me a
And I,
favor. Do
Ain't
me
no
a-
oxygen on the planet Nibiru.
When you
We're
go
not
meet
going
your
there.
sister again, I want you to take up a roll up newspaper and smack her on the goddamn forehead.
no, listen. When he and I had that conversation,
Uh-huh.
I think he was he was between 49 and 52 years old, and
Wow.
I'm 40 now. So I
Okay.
was 30. I was 37, maybe
Okay.
37, 38, 37.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
So it's implanted, huh? Okay.
what I'm saying is the same shit over and
Yes.
over and over and over
Yeah.
again. Okay. All right. I said, okay, man, prove your case. Okay. Okay. So in other words, you're not part of the fuck the matrix. Why you work for it then?
Yeah.
Because you're a cog in the same wheel that runs the matrix. Okay. You're plugged up just like everybody else. Fuck the matrix. Yeah, but you got these little holes and electrodes running through your ass.
Yep.
What's that about?
It's
Well,
kind
I'm
of
still not part of it. Really.
it's kind of hard to say you're not part of Cybertron and your ass is a fucking transformer.
Yeah.
You're a
Yeah.
fucking Autobot, my dude. And this is the part that gets me. It's like, look, the more you run away from it, the more it's gonna remind you of it.
You know, if Sauchi takes my black ass and drops me off in the middle of Liberia, right? Okay, I'm gonna have to assimilate into that culture to survive. Okay,
Yep.
I have to follow
Yeah.
their rules, follow their laws, their customs, all that shit. Otherwise, I'm not gonna survive. Okay.
Yep. And on top of that, even if I were to go there, guess what I would be? American
A
boy.
Liberian. Oh,
You do
yeah,
that,
that's it.
Quote,
Abarune.
quote unquote. Yep.
the
Abarune.
American.
Yeah.
White boy. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
That's
You,
that's
you
what,
got-
that's what a lot of black folks don't understand here. I'm like, y'all need to get out a little bit. I mean, I haven't gone out, but it's just that because of subculture I was raised in, I could see the differences. But even though my father was raised in Liberia, but because his father was an ambassador, he would travel with him.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what they started calling my dad?
Call him white.
American boy.
American boy. Yeah.
the American boy.
I
Yep.
mean, you're defined by your culture. I mean, uh, no, I ain't part of the culture. Why you wear
Right.
clothes is part of the culture. Your language, your clothes, the way you dress, the food that you eat—that's all part of your culture. It
Yes.
defines your
My,
culture. What
my
you talking about?
genotype might be hell of African, but that culture, that vernacular sounds awfully American.
In most, I'm sure Salchi. I don't think Salchi. You don't have any white blood in you, Salchi.
I assume that I do because on both sides,
Okay.
there were we did have. Remember, I'm Liberian, so we did have slaves on both sides of my family,
Okay.
and then we have obviously those who would never even stepped in this country. So I assume that I do.
Okay.
I
Somewhat.
just assume.
Yeah.
Salchi
Good.
just count the white in him from that one time he was in college.
You know where that one slave master slipped in.
Something in. It's Smith.
He just counted that one girl in college.
What I'm saying is, even our blood carries white culture in it. Okay,
Yes.
our
Yeah.
blood itself.
Yeah.
And I had a hard time accepting that shit, man.
I'm only 6% English. That's it.
You. So the rest of you like 94%.
Damn near. Like I'm
Okay,
one
that's
of the
pretty high.
I'm one of the blackest people in America, not from the continent.
That's pretty high. That's very high. Yeah.
My pastor, who's high yellow, found out that he was actually 50. He was more white than he was black when he did his ancestry.
Oh yeah. Was he from like Louisiana? That the kind of the Gulf Coast.
He's from Ohio, but I don't know about his
Oh, okay.
stuff.
Okay.
But he did say it come from an Irish dude came from plantation, slept with his great grandmother. So
On his birth certificate, he's white.
no, he's black.
Oh,
He's
okay.
born to a black family.
Oh yeah, that happens all the time.
It's like Brandon Tatum. He had to learn the hard way when he said, "My son's biracial."
These are laughing.
Jesus.
No, he's black. I'm sorry. That you don't decide what your son is. Society does. Sorry, because here's the bad part about it. When you're President Obama, you don't be like that biracial guy out there. No, you black.
Not yet. Maybe you will become people of color, and I said about 20 years you can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Maybe 100 years stats.
No,
What?
about 20 years. About 20.
They've been
People of
pushing
color,
it.
they've been pushing it pretty hard for the last 20 years.
It's like
these
the chick,
Z's and alphas.
It's like
yeah,
the,
they be people of color.
It's like the chick Really Goddess. Like I always laugh when she talks about like we want Storm. She does animated comics. She's like, I don't want nobody to look like this, and she's like biracial, father black, mother white.
Okay.
I said you can tell you're black, and people be like, how can you tell a person's black? Look at her nose, look at her lips.
Mm-hmm.
Those are nigger lips.
And cheekbones. Yeah, no.
I was like, cheekbones. I said, and it was funny. My other godson said, how can you tell she got black in her? I said, she has attractive lips. Yeah, she got DSLs. She's black.
The phenotype.
Yeah, phenotype.
I
Somebody
said,
else. Who else haven't gotten in that want to get in? You know, jump in.
Hello to the panel.
Hey, what's
I
going
hope
on?
I'm clear. Hey, I'm good. How are you? Nice to hear from you again. Today's conversation was particularly interesting in many ways because I think from what I picked 4 points that I think you've mentioned also. The rest of the panel members have also mentioned in various forums. One is about the definition of culture, right, and how what that entails, how that drives the conversation. So, and I think you're right when you said that culture and society are intertwined and interlinked in very.
Yeah,
exactly. Because if you look at culture, and if we say, okay, what are the constituent elements of what we consider to be culture, in a popular sense, or broadly speaking, we're talking about things like social norms, taboos, custom, this kind of things.
That's part of it, but food, clothing,
exactly.
and shelter.
Exactly. I was getting, yes, you're right. Food, education, intergenerational knowledge, things like that. Religion, even sometimes. If you remember, even in Putin's interview, at the last bit, when he was talking about the cultural identity of Ukrainians,
yeah.
he was talking about the Russian soul. and things like that. And he talked about the orthodoxy, the role of the orthodoxy in sort of being unified. Now, within Russia, there are many ethnic nations, of course, there are many different cultures within there. But what you're also referring to is this sort of new creation of what is called Russian culture, and what are the things that bind it together. So I could see some sort of parallels there with what you're talking about when you talk about American culture.
It's everywhere.
Right.
All cultures
Exactly.
do it. Yeah.
Exactly. And that also brings to the second bit, which I picked up, which is the sort of Africa and its over 2,000 cultures that are in there, 3,000.
Yeah. At least, depending on who you ask.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that even where you find people coming from the continent going into the United States or Australia, UK, yes, they will say I'm Nigerian, but in the house, they or whatever they're practicing in terms of the food or language, which is another big one, it's Igbo or Yoruba or
Igbo. Yeah.
I have a question. I have 3 questions. One, how do you pronounce? One, how you pronounce your name?
So it's Marifa, and
that's what I thought. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, Marifa.
And 2, can you narrate my life from now on? And 3, can you be the guy who ordained me to be the next Black Panther? Like, I swear to God, this nigga so
the powers of the Black Panther will be stripped.
This nigga so proper. He's making me like check my accent.
That's why he has the doctor in front of his name.
But remember, Charles, you can't have any more mambo sauce.
That's true. Now let him finish his points though. Let him finish his Hey, let him finish his points, okay?
I just wanted to make something clear.
You just interrupted the man. Let him make his point.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Thank you. If the powers that be shall ordain me to give you that designation,
what culture? Where are you from? Where are you people from?
I am Swahili, so I'm from the Mombasa, Kenya. Right?
Oh, okay. All right. That makes sense.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. But I live in Australia at the moment.
Okay.
Yes.
So East African. Okay.
Yes. So I was born there. Parents come from there.
Yeah,
across different spaces.
They're on Mombasa's on my list.
Well, let me know when you're there.
It was within a year, probably. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic! I'll be happy to introduce you to some people.
Okay. All right. We'll finish your point,
just finishing. Yes. So yeah, we talk about culture. Okay. So yes, when they come to the from their motherlands into the United States or the West, generally speaking, they identify with this the national identity, which is a creation of the last 50, 60 years, really.
No, national identities were actually like 200-year-old idea.
No, I'm saying if a Nigerian comes.
Yeah, if you come in, yeah.
He says I'm Nigerian. Nigeria is a recent creature. If you look at it, isn't it? Exactly, and they're still trying to figure out what that means. That's why if you find things like elections coming in, people vote according to ethnic blocks.
Yeah, they have to do what Nkrumah did with Ghana. Basically, what he did was he took kids from different villages and sent them to learn to school in another village. So they kind of not lost their identity, the tribal identity, but actually got merged into a national identity.
Exactly, and that is in Ghana. If you look at, let's say, Kenya, for example, if you go back to 2007, 2008, every time they have an election, the definition of what presidency looks like is ethnic, very ethnic, and so you have the tensions.
The Luau and
Luo versus the Kikuyu.
Luo, Kikuyu, Kalenjin. That's how, which is a sort of, so if you're the ethnic chieftain is the one who tends to be the leader of a political party constructed along those lines. Anyway, but the point I was getting to is that those kind of very sort of ethnic, ethno-nationalistic identities, which precede colonization and etc., you can go all the way back, are quite distinct from, like you said, the American construction of let's say, Black as a culture.
Mm-hmm.
And when those two come to interact, it's not just, of course, the history plays a part in it to some extent, but it's also the sort of how do you calibrate those interactions? So, for example, and I've noticed this quite a few times, even with myself. I've lived outside of Kenya for a very long time, and when I go back, there's a bit of a separation in there because I've been removed for far too long to some extent.
Mm-hmm.
And that starts to create certain fault lines. So if you go back to the slaves, for example, who were repatriated into Liberia, and you look at what happened after they stayed there, the tensions that were there between those they found there, and when they came in, that expressed itself over many, many decades later during the Liberian Civil War. You found those fault lines prop up again. And so it becomes a little bit tricky to start to figure out how do you sort of create a medium where people start to speak the same language. So that, and goes back to the point you made about some of the tensions that occur when Black Americans go into the, or even where Black Americans meet Africans in the diaspora, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's the question of economic.
No, because we're taught in America about being Pan-African, that Africa is all one place, okay?
Exactly.
Yes. Yep.
That's where we're taught. And we get there, we find out that is not the case when you get on the ground.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And you being Black doesn't mean as much as you thought it did.
Precisely. Precisely.
You being American probably means more than you being Black.
Mm-hmm.
That was exactly what I was about to say.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Yeah. Sorry, I stole your thunder.
No, sorry, I interrupted you.
No,
but
go
yes, there's that economic factor which you said. The dollar. If you come with an American dollar and somebody's working $400 a month, there's a tension there.
Mm-hmm.
The second bit is like that, precisely what you just said. That sort of American identifier.
Mm-hmm.
Even amongst the continent, for those who go, let's say, to study abroad, etc., when they come back, they act very, let's say, American or British, village, right, etc. And because there's a hierarchy in there, you can call it soft power, colonialism, slavery, all that stuff comes into the picture, socialization, to create this hierarchy where I might be Igbo, but if I rank that with American and whatever expression that takes, American is much more desirable.
Yes.
And that's reflected across many different areas. For example, if let's talk about dating and marriage, the women
I got a sound bite for that one, right?
And you're like, oh my God, God is on earth.
Yeah, precisely. No wonder the buck flash is there. I wonder why.
So what?
Good sir, BGS. I need the main camera for a minute.
Please. Okay. All right. Well, keep. Go ahead and keep talking.
With this glass of cognac in the air, sir, I pronounce thee ain't shit.
All right. Bear with us, Dr. Marifa. It's just a running gag amongst us.
I just wanted to throw that on him because that's exactly what I've been trying to tell people. Okay, you throw away this, but basically the reason that you can do certain things on this planet is because of whatever you want to call them, the white man has done across the globe, right?
Yeah.
It belongs to the empire that carries weight. Okay, it does.
Yes.
The reason we can say that the dollar in the United States is worth more than the dollar in Kenya is because we actually project that kind of weight. Okay.
Yes.
Exactly.
Is it fair? No.
No.
That's the way of the world. Because
But it's a
trust
fact.
and believe, if Dr. Marifa could do it to us, he would. Okay. He come to America and so his Kenyan shilling said, "Bow down, motherfucker." That's what he would say.
Kenyan shilling is not amount to that.
The Kenyan shilling is worth more than your Yankee dollar. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I tell people, think of Star Wars. The reason why the Empire did what it did because it had that much influence.
He had influence. Okay. We'll continue, Doc, and then we're gonna get into pass it around.
Yeah, so just landing there and just to say that the points that you're making actually, I just wanted to reinforce those points, what you were saying to the gentleman who was there before, and that idea of I can just define my own culture is a little bit far-fetched, just because it doesn't work. You can't how society finds you. And just the last point, for example, if he was to go, and I'm sure he's done this before, to a job interview, and go to Goldman Sachs and say, I want an interview, he won't be dressing up in a Zulu chief's attire.
Oh, not
Who
the
the
leopard,
hell is
not the
this?
leopard skin.
Exactly.
Dr.
Why is
Marifa, that is too much. That is too
Yeah,
much.
y'all are cold, man. Y'all cold. But
it's
I had this discussion like in 2008 when I was on the continent, right, about the Chinese coming in, right? There's a whole lot of resistance to that. We don't like the Chinese. African Americans should come over and help us out because y'all black. At least y'all black. They say we can't help you, right? You're gonna need a whole bunch of heavy lifting that we cannot do. So basically, if they give you a proper deal, cut the deal, okay? Cut the deal, and guess what? They cut the deal. Ghana wanted a waffle because they had the deal first. East Africa said, we're going to take the deal. We're going to take the money, take the development, take the infrastructure, and take the technology. They did.
Since 1995.
No,
Since 1995.
Well, really, they start taking the techs. I think they started agreeing to it. I think 2009 when they actually agreed to it, and they started implementing that shit in 2013. Doc, I think it was 2013.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
2013. I remember I was at USC, man, at a conference, right, at an economic conference when they first announced the East African corridor. Big old projection screen, man, showing that shit, man. I said, okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So it's one of these days I'm actually going to go ahead and get the library from my partner, all the recordings, and kind of bring them out, okay, and actually let people listen to the shit because it's like 13 minutes, it's like fucking 13 years with this stuff. So, anyway, that's beside the point.
I wish to inquire the doctor. I want to inquire with the doctor about where he is exactly in Australia.
Oh, I live in Hobart, although I do shuttle a lot between Melbourne, Sydney, and Hobart. So,
you mean Melbourne?
Island.
You mean Melbourne?
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm tempted to break out the accents every once in a while.
Okay, it's cool. But
I might. I might.
Oh, so yeah. There's a lot of East Africans in Australia, by the way. Mostly South Sudanese, Ugandans, Kenyans, and whatnot.
Didn't have a name like that, man. I would just every time I walk in a room, I'd be like Maya Fa.
To be fair,
Marifa.
Go ahead.
I know somebody who has a name in Patreon called, which is inspired by Swahili. So Elimu, is it?
Elimu Sanyika, that's me. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that's my African name, right? Sanyika was my spiritual teacher. So I took that last name, and Elimu means teacher, right?
Education, knowledge.
Education, yeah. That's why I took it. Yeah.
That's
me. Elimu, that's my African name. Elimu Sanyika.
That's funny. My African name was that dude.
In Baltimore is Europe. We're gonna call Charles Wyatt Europe.
They call Charles Panthro.
It's funny because motherfuckers didn't. I'll say this real. It's funny because when you're a cop, you don't realize that you can be in an organization for so long that that you actually work with new cops. You actually work with their parents.
Yeah.
And they be like, "Who the fuck is Panthro? Oh, you don't know about our Lord and Savior Panthro, the true Lord of the Thundercats? Let me introduce you to this, bro."
Yeah. Hey, Doc, I'll tell you a quick side, right? Elimu, Latins love that fucking name, man.
Oh wow,
they love it. Elimu.
Elimu.
Yeah, they love that name. I don't know why, but they love that
Why
name.
is Charles trying to be the kingpin right now? Why is he in kingpin mode right now with the cigar?
I remember he was actually in this suit and on with his date. I think was it New Year's, Charles?
Yeah.
Right. It was right after.
Right after. And she said, "Why do they call you the kingpin?" And she looked it up.
But then again, I have to say
He's
this.
laughing because he said, she said, "Why they calling you the kingpin?" And then when she looked it up 2 days later, said, "Oh, okay."
I swear, I'm looking at Charles right now with the glasses. He's looking more and more like Isaac Hayes.
Yeah,
Oh,
kind of.
yeah.
Yeah. When he was that,
Yes, now that you mention it, yes.
yeah. When he was in that suit,
But here's the problem. But here's the problem. Charles, with the name Panther, he should be in Gabon because the nickname for the soccer team in Gabon is called the Panthers. Now, if he went to the Congo, people would freak out because they think, "Oh my God, that's a giant pygmy."
he probably would. Literally, that's what it is. I mean,
I ain't shit. And this is a leopard tail in y'all this.
in Congo means giant pygmy. That's what it means.
So that's your African
Fuck
name now.
no. No. Wait. Charles, but unfortunately, in the Congo, anywhere in Central Africa, they can't call him Charles. They would call him because they can't call him Charles Lawrence Faulkner. They call him Charles Laurent Faulkner. Charles Laurent Faulkner. That's how they be calling her.
Anyway, you got about 20 more
Or
minutes,
Le
guys,
Panther.
and we're gonna get
Most
out
of
of
my
here.
from the
All right.
South, so you the Charles.
Yeah. I mean, but the thing is, when I talk about culture and all this kind of stuff, man, I mean, I studied this shit for 25 years, man.
You go through people's heads.
What makes it up? Why things do what they do? And my awakening when I actually went to the continent, I actually found out, you know, a real traditional culture, man. How they do shit. Oh, now I get it. Okay, why
Uh-huh.
why do they raise the kids the same way? Why do they actually uh um why do they actually extend the age to 18 before marriage, right? For adulthood,
Yeah.
right? Okay. So now I get it. Okay. Has more to do with practicality than it actually do with nature. So
Yeah.
so a lot of things that it kind of woke my eyes up about shit when I actually went to the
Man, BGS, if you had a PhD, man, they would really hate you.
Why? Someone here on YouTube?
Yeah, I
Oh.
mean, you already
PhD,
uppity.
motherfuckers.
You already consider you an uppity Negro, so you got a PhD. Forget about it. Over.
I mean, BGS, you're not lying about the culture thing. I mean, look at language.
Yeah.
Any language that's spoken is usually spoken in the context of that particular culture. So it means certain expressions, certain phrases are within within the boundaries of that culture, within the context of that culture.
The one thing I learned, I was reading about China, right? In China,
Mhm.
okay, they got about 6 different dialects, right? Main dialects, right?
Yeah.
Now they
Yes.
all read
Mandarin,
the same words, but they're all pronounced differently, okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's in China, okay?
Mandarin.
Mandarin, Cantonese. Yeah.
And imagine, believe it or not, what Mandarin is, because we had a guy from the old country in my squad.
Mm-hmm.
He said Mandarin is considered like it would be the equivalent
King's English.
English.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
And
what they call in the UK receive protocol, right?
yeah. And it's like that's the reason why certain jobs, or I won't even say jobs, I won't downgrade shit. In certain careers, you're gonna be very worldly. That's the thing that gets me about people. And even when Rohgish was arguing, I'm looking at Rohgish in the side eye, and I'm like, Rohgish, you're not an ordinary nigga. You're just as worldly as anybody else on this motherfucking panel. Come on, nigga. Come on.
What I'm saying is, my thing is that okay, you can have come up with a theory, right? But the thing is, you can't say that you're not something when you're actually wearing all the accoutrements, man. I'm not a cop, but I'm wearing the badge, the gun, the stick, and I'm getting a
The Dave
paycheck.
Chappelle sketch, dressed like a
I'm getting
cop.
a paycheck from the city to be a cop. You're
Yeah.
a cop, okay? I don't care what you say. You're
You
a
gotta
cop.
take it. You gotta take it what it is.
Yeah.
I had to. It used to look at first when I was first put on the uniform. It felt weird. Why are these people talking to me? And then I looked down and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, you're wearing a uniform.
But I think a lot of times, a lot of the guys, they again, they try to add morals into it, and I'm like, listen, like I'm not saying that morals don't matter, but at the same time, you got to realize in the greatest society, bro, like there is a hierarchy, man. Like you can't, like you can sit here and scream morals all you want. People just gonna walk right by you. That's what you're doing right now.
But
Yeah.
culture don't define me. But you nigga, you drive on you drive on the right side with the left side of the road, man.
Yeah.
You know, the
Anytime,
right side of the road. That's what you drive on. You don't drive on the other side.
anytime this is how you know culture defines. When a motherfucker pulls out a gun and give me all the fuck you got, you culture know what the fuck is up, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the international, I don't give a fuck where you're from in the world. When a motherfucker points a gun at you, you know what the fuck he's saying.
But the thing that upsets me, and this is how come we had this dispute, right? Okay, I hate this culture. I hate being in the matrix. Motherfucker, leave. I ain't gonna leave.
Yeah.
Just shut the fuck up and
I
say
ain't
where
gonna
you
leave.
are.
Because this is my land.
This is my land.
My ancestors.
This is, and you know what's funny?
Yeah.
I represent that, you know, but at the same time, if it's your land and you don't want to leave, yes, we're gonna have gripes. It's like friends of mine who complain about their wife, and I'll sit them down, let them smoke, pour them a drink, and I'll say, "Nigga, let them vent for 30 minutes. As soon as 30 minutes and 1 second pull up, I'll be like, nigga, you ain't leaving your wife. Shut the fuck up."
What I'm saying is, you look at Naaman. Naaman's Eritrean, right? That shit goes sideways. Naaman's out. Okay, he not saying this is my land. I'm gonna stay here no matter what.
He's not even in his country of origin right now.
I know.
I mean, I can't. You know how fucking sideways shit can get one for me? Let me give you an example. Like we talked about, like I remember a while ago we were talking about the whole situation between Abba and Preach versus Fresh and Fit. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Myron Gaines from Fresh and Fit is Sudanese. Abba from Abba and Preach is Ethiopian. Now I grew up in the Middle East, and we can tell you, we all, when we were all around, we were all in the vicinity. One of us: Ethiopians, Eritreans, Somalis, Sudanese, South Sudanese. When we were in like in the Middle East, or if we're in Western Europe or North America, we understand. Okay, I see you, but we're not going to bring the bullshit from home right now, from here, right here, because we are all designated as black, and they don't have no problem deporting our black asses.
Mm-hmm.
We're here for a reason. We're not going to fuck with each other like that. We're not going, because if it's back home, yes. Here we have to stay. We have to know our roles and understand, respect the culture, or we're going to get fucked up all kinds of sideways.
Yeah. It's like
that's why when Abba and Preach had this shit with Fresh and Fit, Myron, when he went hard against Preach, he didn't do the same thing to Abba because he knew what the consequences were if he did that, especially in South Florida, where you are going to be outnumbered because there's far more Ethiopians and Eritreans in South Florida than Sudanese, my friend. So he knew not to go there.
It's like culturally, you know what you fucking are. Look at Vietnam. All the little fancy shakes we give the people, that's where that shit came from. Vietnam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a handshake of solidarity. Like, I don't give a fuck if South Chiefs from West Bumblefuck and I'm from South Bumblefuck. Nigga, you look like me. I probably 9 times 10 I can count on you, and you can count on me. You got my back, I got yours. That's all the fucking.
I mean, there's little things like when I was in Continent, man. You can't wave with your left hand. Okay.
Oh yeah, there's some certain religious things, you know, with your
And
left hand,
it's
because
cultural things.
left hand is associated with the devil.
With bad omen. In other words, because you
Yeah.
wipe with your left hand, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So
you eat with your right hand. You have to eat with your right hand
you
always,
shake with your right
even
hand,
if you're
you
left-handed.
wave with your right hand, right? Because that's
You shake
culture.
hands with your left hand, with your right hand as well. You
Little
don't
stuff
left
like
with, not with your left.
that you have to pick up, right? Okay.
Yeah. And they like to point with the middle finger.
Oh yeah, that too. I still don't understand that sometimes. I'm like, why can't we point with our index?
I was muting Rohgish. He's doing the same thing that Neil was doing, right? Start laughing.
Excuse me, Stouchy.
It's funny.
Stouchy.
Yeah.
What you said about pointing with the middle finger. I remember when I was in school in Trea, back home in Eritrea, whenever the teacher was pointing on the blackboard or the
Yep.
chalkboard, y'all would say,
Yeah.
or pointing at when the kids say who wants to go, it was always with the middle finger. And I was like, what the
Yes.
fuck?
Oh yeah,
Because
yeah,
when I
yeah.
started dealing with because when I did with the index, people looked at me funny and said, what did I do wrong? And just somebody
Oh,
had to explain to me what it was.
okay, yeah. Little things like that is culture. I
Yeah,
mean, you know,
it's
but culture doesn't define me. Yes, it does. It has to.
it's like a lot of people will be weirded out if they had to do business in the Middle East.
Oh,
And you're when you're doing business with somebody loves the fuck out of you, you're shaking hands for 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
will
Or you
shake,
kissing on the cheek with one another.
yeah, kissing on the cheek, holding hands. And
yeah.
it's
Which is
funny
weird.
because people
Which is
will
weird to
see
us. Yeah.
because I have this big ass it's not as big as I want it to be, but I have this thick beard and a bald head. Most of them think I'm Muslim anyway, but I'm respectful of everybody's religious beliefs. So I'll say shalom to some Hebrews or some Jews, or I'll say greetings
Hmm.
to Christians or assalamu alaikum to you know the Muslims. So there's a lot of guys when they come in, they were like assalamu alaikum, put my hand over my heart just to show them
Yeah,
respect for their
yeah,
culture.
yeah.
Just
Yep.
to
And I,
make sure I'm trying to sell CMOS.
yeah.
and I
Steam off.
Goddamn art.
I mean, it's different people from different ethnicities, and they're shaking hands. And my nephew was like, "Why are you and the guy shaking hands?" I said, "It's just cultural. I'm not trying to offend him, and he's not trying to offend me."
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I'll give
Yeah.
you another example. I mean,
And we got about 10 more minutes,
in
guys.
parts,
We got
yeah,
to
in
close out.
parts
Yes,
of
sir.
northern Eritrea and across the border to Sudan,
Mhm.
when you come, when you meet somebody who's like a kin or an ally, when they shake hands with each other, first they do is they reach their right, they with their right hand, they reach out and tap the other man's shoulder, and then they tap his left shoulder, and then they shake that person's right hand. It's a sign of endearment, or in some cases, or we shake hands. If you're Muslim, we say Assalamu alaikum, we shake hands, and we put our hands on our chest. Now, I'm not Muslim, but I understand how it works like that. It's a
yeah,
it's a show of endearment and respect.
yeah, that's what it really is. It's like when
Mhm.
like even if you're foreign or you're an ally, like he just said, or you're from dignitary, you're gonna try to
Mhm.
speak. That's why they try to get people who are dignitaries who can speak the language because it's even though it may not be your natural or your first language, you want to be
Mhm.
endearing to that person, and I think that's a lot of what it culturally. As Americans, we're not really that fucking endearing. We try to be like, well, this motherfucker don't speak English.
Yeah,
Actually,
you hear that all the time. Like the whole
Uh,
world's supposed to speak English. Yeah.
Yeah. And just to go back to a point, I think PJs, you made this point quite a few times before.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it really starts to show when you, let's say, somebody comes from whatever, America
mhm.
or Africa, whatever, and then you look at the change across generations. So by the time you get to the fourth generation,
Yeah.
uh, that child or that great grandchild will be a completely different person from
Yeah.
the person
Yeah.
who came in, culturally speaking.
Yeah. And they
You know,
said that is the reason that Europe and America try to separate the children from the parents.
Yep.
Important because
exactly,
instead of taking 3 generations, it takes one.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
precisely.
No
Yeah.
child left behind policy.
Yeah, what is no child left behind, and they called it the what do they call it?
Documented,
Unaccompanied, no, the unaccompanied
unaccompanied minor
minors,
children,
yeah,
something like that.
children, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. People think, oh, they're taking care of children that don't have any parents. No, they're separating the
No.
parents from the children.
no, they're
And
indoctrinated.
that's why they put them in two different systems, right? One goes to the immigration, one goes to the welfare system. Okay,
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And,
because what they really
Social
want is the children,
services,
right?
foster care.
It, well, foster parents, adoption, all that kind of
foster
stuff.
care.
Yeah,
That's why they want your Hispanic children who come over here, so because
Yeah.
they're closer to white.
well, the thing is that changed recently, and that's why I played that article. I showed that article earlier in the last stream. Is
Hmm.
because now they need workers. Children don't. Children are not workers. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
They allow the adults to come over because they need to replace the workers that have either died or whatever, right?
Yeah.
In other words, that's how come there's no work shortage anymore. It's because they imported the workers.
Yep.
I did that video. I think yesterday on
Still
census.
did video, nigga. God damn.
Yeah, I did a video yesterday.
Yeah, what I think I'm trying to show is that what you want and what the broader society wants are two different things, right? Okay, and you have to understand what is in the best interest that they think of society. Okay,
Yes.
if there's a worker shortage, they don't care about your black ass. They're gonna import people to actually fill that spot, right? Just like, go ahead. I'm sorry.
But BGS, again, and that's why I always say it, especially publicly. You are trying to raise their worldview, and they're fighting it, even when you bring fact after facts after facts, and it's just sad because, and I know Nameless has been kind of MIA. But
he hopefully he got a promotion. That he's doing. He has another job.
He's been hitting me up on IG, so I mean he's around, but he's
around on IG.
He around.
He's a ninja. He's in the ninja in the shadows.
Yes.
He's probably in Konoha somewhere, and then
who knows where who knows where the name of ninja goes.
I didn't ask.
I try not to.
The most reliable source is Instagram to hit him up.
Yeah. Yeah.
He appreciates the lady videos I sent him.
Yeah. So that's why they try to fight it, and that's why I guess especially the fact you color your skin, you don't sound like you're one of us, and you're trying to say, hey, if you don't align, what you got going on with, if you don't understand the incentives and align it, in your best interest, you're going to lose 10 out of 10 times. That doesn't mean you're a sellout. You just don't know how to maneuver in the space.
Yeah.
And you being mad is just going to drive yourself crazy or to an early grave, and it defeats the whole purpose of you even getting upset to begin with.
Well, at least know why you're upset.
Yes.
That's my thing. You can be upset, but know why you're upset.
Yes.
And be upset for the right things. Like, let's say, what is the prayer of divinity, right? Okay.
Give me the
wisdom. In other words, let me know. Let me change the things that I can change, accept the change that I can't change,
and the wisdom
know the difference, right?
Yep.
That's all I'm trying to do.
Strength that I see. It's because when you say that, it's somebody always trying to fucking ice skate uphill, but also invent the wheel at the same time, reinvent the wheel, and
some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate uphill.
I should have never told you that. I never should have said that shit to you, man.
Oh, I said it to my grandson all the time.
Actually, that was my fault. I was the one who brought it up.
No, that was Charles. No, Charles used to say it all the time, right? Okay.
Always the motherfucker try to ice skate uphill, man. And I'm gonna tell you, and what gets me is that this space, even those who are not quote unquote college educated, are highly educated men. So it's very hard to give Namer, Artivic, or I gotta admit, I kind of look at everybody damn near on the same level of intellect because I can't speak to these subjects to normal people, everyday people. So I kind of give y'all the benefit of the doubt, like a college educated person, because you basically are. So I can't allow that lack of, I can't even say ignorance because nigga,
The thing is, I'm gonna tell you guys honestly, you guys are not supposed to know this shit. You're not. I'm not supposed to be here disseminating the shit that I disseminate. You're not supposed to know this shit.
Yes.
Well, for me, you kind of confirm a lot of shit that I was speculating 10, 15, 20 years ago.
Yeah, because you're in the military, you're closer to it. The thing is, you don't know. You're not supposed to know the shit that I'm bringing to you, right? That's not for you. It's above your class, your pay grade.
Yes. Yep.
Above your pay grade and such.
Doesn't believe Salchi knows, okay? A lot of shit that I spit is for the global elite.
It's absolutely true, and I see it live because sometimes I'll be in a certain spot, right? And they see me as many times I'm knowing Negro there. So they think that they're in a certain space, and I'll just observe. And then when they say certain things, I might take a couple jabs at stuff that I know that they don't know, and then they'll start thinking that. Cause then they're like, oh, he's not a regular Negro. And then they're like, oh, okay, so where you from? Or then I'm like, oh, my family's from here, and they're like, oh. And then that's when it really gets like, oh shit, okay, never mind.
Never mind. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, whoops.
We
Wrong class.
have one they can see. Okay.
Exactly.
That's why when you have certain conversations, I get it, because I tell people, I said, don't think because I'm in my relaxed state I don't give what the fuck you're saying. And I have a really good, maybe sometimes bad habit of telling people, just because I don't say shit don't mean I don't see what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah.
Go back to what you're doing again. And they're like, oh, well, we didn't mean it that. Yes, you did. Stop it.
A lot of stuff that me and Names was actually working on is working its way through the global literature amongst the elite.
And trust me, it's like it's mind boggling how I'm trying to think. Are people actually this ignorant or purposely?
They're not taught. Okay.
Correct. Yeah.
And their worldview is different from ours. Okay.
Yes.
And for the past almost 10 years, I've been trying to reshape your worldview to actually see the way the world that the leaders see the world. Okay. Not the way you like to see the world.
Yes. This is my struggle, because I told you what my father said to me when I was 5.
Mm-hmm.
Your intellect is going to be your greatest strength, and it's also going to be your greatest enemy. Most people are not. I mean, my father's a blunt motherfucker, and you got to wait a minute. What's today's date?
22nd right now.
22nd.
Motherfucker! Today was Charles's birthday. Damn, I'm a horrible Charles. My mother's is the day after, tomorrow. Oh shit! I'm a horrible son. Usually I'm pretty good at I'm the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever was.
In other words, all them Pisces are pissed off at you right now, man.
Both my mother and father are Pisces. Imagine growing up with that shit.
24th?
My father's birthday is February 21st. It was 1957. My mother's is February 23rd, 1959.
Oh, okay.
Oof. I dated a girl on the 24th, man.
Right.
Oh, I know.
You're my age.
Shit, my mom's age.
Incel is cool. What is incel? What do you mean incel is cool? Incels are failed blue pillars. That's what incels are. Most of the cats that are out there not dating are not incels. They're MGTOW. They're not worth the squeeze.
The ciphers.
And ciphers want to go back in the matrix.
Yeah.
They want to go back.
Incels that never make.
They can't unsee what they've seen.
They're the steak eater. They want to eat the steak.
I know it's not steak,
man.
I want to. Put me back in. I want a 9. Okay. I want to be funny. I want to be desired and loved, and In fact, Loki had a similar scene where the dude went back in time, he hit a timeline and didn't come back, and he wanted to be. He was a rock star. Timeline. I think I'm gonna do. I think I might do the next film. I might do the last 1 or 2 episodes of Loki with
really
some
good.
Black Bill shit.
It was very good.
I'm gonna tell you this one. I believe it or not, I have not watched Loki yet, but I have not watched the second season yet. I'm saving.
The first few episodes, the last 2 are the ones you really want to hone in on.
Yes.
Where Loki finally realized what he was actually there for.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
And it's funny because I watched Masters of the Universe, the 3rd season, and it was a lot of. I get the concepts because I grew up with it.
J. Rob, if you actually want to come up and discuss incel, man, you can. But the thing is, incels are failed blue pillars, right? Because true black pillars don't suffer like that. Okay, true black pillars will actually go out and buy it. Okay,
yeah.
They're not moral about it. Okay.
BGS, I
Shit.
gotta get in your ass. I gotta get in your ass for a minute.
What's that?
How many times have I said, and Bison does not fight on the first stage?
Okay.
Hey,
What I'm saying is, what I'm saying is, I understand this mythos about incels being these knowledgeable people. They're not. They're blue pillars. Okay. They're
They're
not.
not
They're not even red pill.
knowledgeable. Most
They're
incels
broken.
understand reality.
Yeah.
That's the part. Don't make me start another fucking live stream, man, because I will really have you up there. You tell me what the fuck is. Tell me what the fuck is so gracious about an incel. The
In other words, and I want to ask you, why don't incels buy pussy? Okay. And
Because
answer
it's
me that.
bound by morality.
I'm
Because they
not.
think it's immoral.
I'm asking him.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
they
How come?
want
How
love.
come incels don't buy pussy? I would not want. Why wouldn't you want to buy sex, J. Rob?
You already do.
No. How come you don't want to buy sex, J. Rob?
You on a date?
Hold
Shit.
on, hold on. Why not? How come you don't want to buy sex? No. How come you don't want to buy sex? What's the reason that you want to buy sex? What's the reason? What's the reason?
Because I know because I know I'm not chewing on a steak, but I want to, but it tastes so good.
In other words, you're bound by your morals, okay? You're bound by the blue pill conditioning that you were set up with,
Yes.
okay? I
Yeah.
have to have it this way. A black pill person doesn't give a shit, okay?
Incel have morals.
Incels do have morals. Guess what black people don't have, sir?
I don't have
Morals.
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 How many times have I told you, BGS? I don't have morality.
They have a
I
code.
You have
You
a
have
code.
codes. Yeah.
I'm like this. That's what I had to explain to the Padawan when he asked me. He was like, "What's the black pill?" I said, "Okay, you ready?" And him and my son sat down, and I said, "You really ready for this conversation? Because you're not gonna be the same person after this conversation. Little by little, I'm gonna." He's like this. I don't have morality.
Yeah,
Would
yeah.
you?
I've heard incels. Why come you just try to bang the little four black girl that try to give you some sex? I don't like black girls. Get the fuck out of here. You're not black, Bill.
Yeah.
It's the fact of the matter. The means justify the ends.
It's because I want her to have sex with me, not because I paid for it. Why is that? Who taught you that?
Want to be desired.
Who taught you that?
There's something that
Fire and desire.
there's something that this great prophet Ted DiBiase once said. Everybody's got a price.
Everybody got a price. We trust and believe, man. Anybody that's been around rich people, they buy pussy all the time.
Yeah, this
Mm-hmm.
stuff is not new.
Without a blink of an eye. Okay, she's pretty. I got what you need. I want you on my arm. Come here, bitch.
Yeah.
Let me explain
That's
this
it.
to you. There are certain things the rich buys. You know why? Blackline security will make me money more times than not, especially during spring and summer.
Mm-hmm.
Because a rich guy's gonna see my group and say, "Oh, you're armed. You guys know what you're doing. You're tactically sound. I want that protection."
They
You know
they're
what?
gonna they're gonna read your resume and see where you've been and what you're involved in. And say, okay, he's teaching these guys expertise that's not normal for the normal protection agency. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
basically, it's a special forces trained unit. Okay, that's what you
Yeah.
train them to be.
That's
So
that.
the same thing is when you have a woman. You look at her resume. You look around the other women. She ain't the same. I want that. I
But
can afford it.
but the thing is, that again, these guys, their worldview again. Everyone, I mean, I rarely ever say this, but it's like the less you care,
Yeah,
the more they want you. It's like, and it's not, and I'm not talking about trying to not care, but like you just like you either fit into my program or you don't. It's no hard feelings. That's
yeah,
it. Like I'm not wasting my time.
yeah. Basically, if pussy's not worth, pussy's a commodity, right? The way
Yes.
rich guys look at it. Okay, how much? No, they pay for the bitch to be quiet, not to fuck them. In other words,
Sex
Yeah.
is free.
don't go running your mouth about me. Okay,
Sex is
Yeah.
free.
it's
And a
$100 for the pussy and $1,900 if you actually keep your mouth shut. Okay, that's what it's for.
in a rich guy's mind, sex is free. Silence is golden.
Well,
Yes.
J Rob, is not about you. Basically, you just confirmed everything I said about incels. Okay, so supposedly incel. I don't even think you're incel.
Now he stays in MGTOW, which I have. That's hard to believe.
You know, a lot of you dudes are giving MGTOW and it more really fucked up name.
And red pill.
And I'm glad they see
TFLers as
a
well.
lot of people are truly not red pill. You just want women to beck and call. See, I've gotten out the phase where I've been there, done that. When it trust me, if I told you want to make a woman nervous, tell her your numbers. And I would tell and it's funny. I told three of my ex girlfriends my true numbers, and they looked at me and was like, "Damn."
Yeah,
So I
I mean,
wonder. No,
you in a whole position, man. You a whole
Eric
profession, right?
Whoremonger.
No, basically,
I got a whole position because I get them on wholesale.
pimps, strippers, and cops get more pussy than anybody else. Okay.
Oh
But
yeah.
I told them, I said, "Look," and I do agree with what you said on the stream.
Yeah.
You don't look at sex the same way. You don't
J
look at
J Rob, chill out, man. Chill out, man. Okay. If you want to come up on the panel and talk, you can. But thing is, don't type incessantly. Okay.
Bruce Almighty said, "I bet Vince McMahon gave him that line, Charles." Exactly. Most men are purple pill. Okay. Most men are.
Yeah.
And you have to accept these things as self-evident truths. I'm not saying one's better than the other. You need blue pills for the world to go around, okay? Not everybody's gonna make it. Not everybody's gonna win the Olympic gold medal. It's okay. Everybody's not gonna be great in every single subject. I don't have the mindset to do the numbers that Salvi does. Salvi's not a cop. It doesn't mean we're not capable of doing the same job, but guess what our expertise lie? It's the problem with it is that in black society we can't look at another man and shake his hand and say, "Hey, you're my better in this subject." It's a refusal to give another man credit that he may be better than you in a certain subject or subjects.
Okay. J Rob, chill out, man. I'm gonna have to time you out, man. I want to time you out. So chill out.
well, the thing is, it's
I mean,
situation.
if you two being, chill out, man. Okay. I want to time you out.
Well, the thing is, it's situational. That's one, and two, just be the best. Just be your best, whether you're blue pill, purple pill. Be a man about it. Like
Exactly.
just be a man about the thing.
Exactly.
Like,
And you know what the beautiful thing when I looked at when of course everybody knows I'm a Ravens fan. You know what the beautiful thing about looking at Lamar, even when he's not
What?
on the field, he's happy when everybody else on his team succeeds. That's the part
Yes.
that type of teammate is the type of I don't give a fuck if you're in football, wrestling, a SWAT team, special forces. When that guy sees that, oh man, I just came from sniper school for real. Congratulations, man. We going out to drink. Mom, dude just did this, nigga. You doing with Salji? You just got your what, man? Come on, let's go for drinks and cigars. The problem is this: you don't enjoy people for the greatness and celebrate their greatness. We're so quick to try to shit on a motherfucker, man. And that's the part that I
It's
got
it's called female envy.
mm-hmm.
exactly.
Oh yeah.
And there was another great prophet that said it, Chief Keef. That's that shit I don't like.
Yeah.
What's up, y'all?
What's up? What's
What
Good
up,
evening.
Ed?
So what
Good
prompted?
morning.
We usually don't get two streams from BGS. What prompted?
Well, we're actually on Toya's thing, and me and Rogish got into a debate, so we carried it over here.
Oh, okay. Shout out to Rogish, but Rogish, Rogish gets on his testosterone overload like once every not full moon, but we'll say blue moon. Like with him is pretty much
Pun intended.
every 4 months, every 4 to 5 months, somebody got to get it. But hey, we all like that. So
Well, the thing is, don't argue about something I have an expertise at. Okay, everything you said, I've already heard before. Okay,
It's pretty
Gi-
much it's
give
pretty
me
much,
give me an argument that I haven't heard before. Go ahead.
pretty much like on Arch Channel when me and Rogish got into it,
Hmm.
and he's talking about why you always talking. What about the girls? I said, look, dude, why the fuck do you think I'm passionate about the boys? Who the fuck do you think I'm around? I'm one of the few fucking Manosphere channels that will have Gen Zs talking about what the fuck they go through
So
right
why
fuck now.
why would Rogish say on a men's channel? What about the girls?
And I told him, I said, look, nobody said the girls can't be fucking. I said the problem is if you had a daughter, wouldn't you want wouldn't you want the type of guy to say, you know what, that boy comes from good stock. He has a great family. I know he's going to treat my daughter well. You know what the Padawan said about my son?
Hmm.
When he was like, and my son said it jokingly about his sister, his younger sister. And he
Okay.
was like, can I talk to your sister? And he's at first he was about to feel insulted because they play with each other like that.
Okay.
But then he sat down and said, you know what? I really would have no problem if you dated my sister because I know the type of dude you are.
Yeah.
And then he said to his younger brother, who's 17,
Hmm.
and he sat down and said, I would have no problem because he would actually treat her well.
Hmm.
He's not, he's definitely not, he's not his father, at least not yet. But he's like, he would actually treat her with respect, honor her. And then I know his dad. He's like, well, god damn. And guess who was the only person who was against that?
His mother.
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 Yeah.
You ain't gonna get a better nigga than I could get.
What did that chick say? This teacher on Pearl's thing said the same thing. Black women see themselves, older black women see themselves as younger women,
Younger
right?
women.
Yep.
And older black men see themselves in younger
Black.
black men.
Hmm.
I just had to say that for a business meeting last night, and I
Really?
said,
Okay.
I see myself in each one of you guys in different aspects,
Hmm.
and I had to tell him, I said, look, stop trying to be something you're not. I'm proud to be. You come into my living room right now where I'm sitting. You'll see my statues. You'll see my collection of figures. You'll see my book collection of different anatomy, Marvel, political shit. I had a guy.
Different anatomy.
Yes, it's an anatomy book.
Oh.
And I have a book that I had from middle school about a Bible dictionary. I have a signed autograph book when I went met Ray Lewis. I have another book that I went to a call and for a garage burglary. This guy was a diplomat and he gave me a book for this nice book for free. There's so much shit that I tell people. A lot of people are scared to be multifaceted, believe it or not.
Oh, they are, but they're actually afraid to actually express it. Most people are.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, it's and our don't get me started, but
Go ahead. You must be tired. Normally you would have got started already, but go
no,
ahead.
I'm doing a
Go
lot of
ahead,
stuff
Ed.
right now. I actually popped on here because yeah, because I saw y'all was live. I was like, what y'all talking about? That's how I was with Rogish. But yeah, man, it's I've been thinking about that multifaceted thing because when you look at like how we have a lot of these arguments, everybody wants to have these arguments through like these avatars.
Hmm.
Like they want everything to be nuanced to death on the one hand, but
Hmm.
like let's take the blue collar thing.
Okay.
It's like you look at a blue collar black man, and
Hmm.
what you see is basically I don't know why they see this, but lower class. They don't see
Because
that.
traditionally, blue collar work is lower class, and that's why it's the difference between blue collar and white collar.
Well, yeah, but at the same time, in the nuance with that, when you look at the outcomes that a lot of black people choose, like they stay losing because they'll say, well, this person's white collar, but they don't understand the nuance. Like, okay, just because they're white collar doesn't mean they're making money. You have to look at the case by case situation and know how to like measure these situations. Just like a blue collar person can be a whole bunch of other stuff. And with black men in particular, we take the brunt of that because people either say you either a street dude or you're lame. There is no nuance. Then you wonder why other women see this is my point. Other women see the nuances in black men, or they see the things that they value in that particular person, and then you wonder why you don't get it.
Where did we get that from? This either a street dude or a white collar dude or a lame? Where'd that come from? Did we actually name ourselves that?
You talking about
The
black men?
the women did that. They categorized us like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking. No, but that's what I'm talking about. I'm
Mm-hmm.
talking about the women as far as when they talk about why they don't get what they don't get. It's because, and then when they don't understand why black men can move in other communities the way that they do, it's because you all actually put yourself in a box. I'm just seeing a whole bunch of bullshit. When it comes to Ebony K and all this other shit. I'm tired of them playing dumb. That's
they're playing dumb. They know why. So
so it's this kind of like theater around this conversation, like these conversations, especially in the purple pill space, but it's in the red pill space too, that really gets on my fucking nerves.
You know what's killing? You know what's killing all that is passport bros and passport sis. They're killing all that narrative, okay? Because you're taking it outside this culture to another culture. You see how that shit works, okay? You can't say that the people in Ghana are biased against you because they're not, okay? Or Thailand or Mexico or Latin America, right? Dynas was just saying that, man. You can't come over to Gambia or Ghana or Kenya waving your hand and rolling your neck like your sister. Don't work that way, right? Okay. Then now they know why people, why sisters have a bad name around the world. Okay?
That's the worst. That's the worst thing. These are goddess were lying.
And that's what they're saying. They said, okay, we didn't think they were this bad. Okay,
we just thought the men we just thought they didn't know what they were doing.
The only
they
difference
don't. But
the only difference is we'll leave them. But the thing is, they wind up missing when it comes to someplace else. That's what Dynas is trying to tell.
Oh, and that's bad when Dynas, because Dynas obviously knows the truth, but Dynas is usually
he's getting tired of sisters coming over there getting hurt.
Okay? Oh shit! I need to go back to his. I mean, shout out to his channel. He's been over 100 for a minute, but
let me see if I can find it because he just did one about the guy killed in Gambia.
No, Dynas had me up there a couple of times. Like he likes when we come over there every once in a while to kind of check it, but I guess he getting tired of it. And like,
doesn't he know that hard headed? Doesn't he know that?
Every time I've been,
Dynas comes over here. He knows. He's come from here.
Every time I've been on Dynas, sister, Dynas shut the fuck up and let me talk because he knows what I'm telling is true. Okay. We have people that are from the continent letting you know that I know what's up. Okay, I'm not lying. I'm not making this shit up.
Shout out to Dynas. Shout out to Tareen Rain. People forget who was in 2.0. Like people forget. Jada Black is more 1.0, and then he did something for earlier. Even Darius,
he's a MGTOW.
Yeah, Darius too. They more like transition.
They're MGTOWs. The same thing with Coach Greg Adams. They're MGTOWs.
Yeah, but
they're
people
not really part of the black. We'll call it the black manosphere. Yeah.
Well, Jada Black will claim it. Well, he has.
Him and Sandman had a tiff, man, back in 2014 about MGTOW.
Yeah, but he does mention BGS every now and then on his show.
Oh, really?
Oh no, yeah, he did. He did in the last 7 days ago. Really? Between you and Black Ram. I mean, he don't do it all. It's rare. You gotta if you hear it, that means you listen to him a good amount.
Yeah. I remember Jada Black from the MGTOW channel.
I
But
like
Jada Black
Jada.
don't mention nobody. So when he do mention a couple, because because he was mentioning in a conversation where he was kind of ranting about how the red pills become bullshit because there's a lot of people are just saying bullshit, and then you were in the exceptions to that, like
Yeah.
that's so yeah, because he was getting tired of motherfuckers just coming in after our stuff like after the fact, and then they just clean it up, and then they want to not tell the whole truth. They want to tell the truth in a way that's going to get them the bag. And I'm not even talking about
That's
necessarily
right.
purple pill folks. I'm talking about folks that try to act like they red pill. And I understand that. Like some people, like Media Man, I kind of go back and forth with, but Media Man does a lot more good than bad. And with him, he's getting tired of these chicks too, as we can see. But there's
Yep.
there's a couple others, like even right now, the Q pill is another one that he be on that. No, y'all just need intimacy, and I'm like, Nick, you like we know you. I know you. I've heard stuff you say that that's bullshit.
Let me
But
let me
whatever.
play, let me play a little bit of this. Ed, you'll like this. Emergency meeting on the Gambia. Rest in peace.
Oh, Dynasty started
Hussein
to get some
Gendis.
gray, man. He started to look boy like that.
Well, he's in his 40s, man. You
I
can't
forgot.
stay
I
forever.
forgot. Yeah, he is about O'Shea's age.
Yeah.
On a level that a lot of our sisters are.
You speed it up a little bit.
They get more on code. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Quincy. All my years going to Africa, I have not seen a white woman pull up on the locals doing this shit. Correct me if I'm wrong. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. All my years going to Africa, I have not seen a white woman. Let's just have this honest conversation, all right? I have not seen a white woman expose the locals. Am I right or wrong? They mind their own business. I'm just saying, they're not coming with that feminist spirit. Am I right or wrong? I've been going since 2011. I have not seen a white woman snap and then grab the camera and expose you. I gotta show you. I haven't seen it. Yeah, the white women, they go single, they'll have fun with the local men. But I haven't seen it. I haven't seen the white women come to Africa and roll their eyes and roll their neck. Am I right or wrong? I know I'm gonna make a lot of people upset. I haven't seen it. I mean, you roll your eyes, you roll your neck, you pull out your camera, you pull out your phone, you gotta expose the Gambians. And I'm telling you, you're only gonna get so far before you piss off the wrong Gambian, before you piss off the wrong African.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, am I right or wrong?
Even Art Cathy was doing that a little bit.
Yeah.
And
they chased her out of
Thank you. The single white women, they go to Gambia, they mind their business.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like I said before, everything ain't gotta be an expose. Everything gotta be, I gotta call them out. And everything gotta be, I gotta expose you.
Can you pause this for a second?
Go ahead.
And by the way, there was no man to be found. In fact, they were probably wondering where your man at. Oh, this is why, because they looking at where's your man to get you under control, and they be like, wow, y'all doing this really on your own.
In other words, where's your covering? Covering
yes.
is not a biblical principle.
What's another word for covering, BGS?
Protection.
Thank you. And what's the first rule of protection? Obedience.
Obedience, right? Mind your business, right? You're in somebody else's country.
Did I ever email you one night I was bored at work when I typed out all my philosophy of protection?
Yeah, you did. Yeah, I remember that.
And what did you think about it?
It was spot on.
And I've sent this to women. I sent it to 10 women.
Mm-hmm.
Only one woman disagreed with it.
And
she's probably black.
and they were all black. They were all black. But one of them said, good luck. And I told her, that's the reason why you get and I said, that's the reason why you get the results you did. And that's the same woman who would pay my way to go to any concert I want.
If a woman doesn't want to talk to you, she said, I have a boyfriend, right? I'm covered with
I'm
protection.
protected.
I'm protected. And what's the guy do? My
That's
bad.
all.
I'm gonna
That's
back
all.
off.
Oh,
Yes.
Most men with class would say, tell your, like I used to tell them, tell your man he's a lucky man.
Well, you think the thing is, no matter how big or how small that you can be like 9 feet tall. That guy can be 4 feet tall, right? You know, he
You
will
respect
fight
him.
to the death over his woman. You know
Yeah.
that, okay?
If
Unless you're
his
prepared to
woman's in,
fight to the death, you don't fuck with his woman.
you don't
Okay?
fuck with it. And that's what I tell people. I said, look, any woman that's worth a damn, that man will kill or die for you.
You will kill or die. And the thing is, you might kill him, but the thing is, you're gonna take some. You'll have some marks. Okay?
You're gonna get
Yeah.
some. Like, that's the reason why a lion will not try something if it knows it can be hurt or killed.
Yeah.
I always say
Yeah.
if me and you get into it, you're gonna remember me for the rest of your life.
You
Yeah.
know that,
Go ahead, Charles.
and you
Go
know
ahead, Ed.
that, and that Art Kathy, and I'm only mentioning her because her name, she used to be around, so her
Yeah.
name's not bring. But I know with other ones that get a lot more goofy. But like you said, she got chased out. That shit predates
Yeah.
Passport Bros. Like
Yeah.
obviously, don't predate the Out Grease stuff, but as far as like this kind of trend, that stuff predates that. So I don't even consider that Passport shit. So it's crazy because it's funny. Like they are literally the ones that fucked up their reputation. Like what black men said. People believe us, but they don't really believe it's that bad. Most people do not believe it's as bad as we say, even though we don't really say it's as bad as we could say. But when they deal with these people more than a few times and they realize it's not a coincidence.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they
Mm-hmm.
ruin their own. That's why I said Passport Bros. The Passport Sis is basically blowing up the. I said Passport Bros. Is actually gonna blow up the whole game. Okay,
Yep.
Oh, well, Passport, these chicks, like, first of all, the funny thing about the Passport sis bullshit is number one, you all are copying us, which is funny. But number two, like, you all, I keep saying this, and it really annoys me that other, like, travel folks don't say this. These women been traveling. It's not like, oh, well, we're going to get our passport. No, y'all been going. Y'all been going on these girls. Wait, what the fuck do you think girl strips are?
And O'Shea and Dinah is the first two things to actually talk out against Passport Bros. 2 years later, guess what? You need to bring your man with you.
Oh,
Okay?
Dinus did too?
Yeah, you need to bring your man with you.
That's retarded.
No, it's not. The thing is, I know they're trying to stay
Nigga,
in
you
good
a
graces with.
passport bro.
I understand, but they're trying to stay in good graces with their female
Mm-hmm.
Listeners.
listeners.
Oh no,
Okay,
I understand that. Dinus had to, underhandedly. He can't even promote black men coming to Africa.
because
Not for anything has anything to do with women.
he doesn't have to.
Well, he couldn't because he would go
No,
out of his way to promote black
yeah.
women. That's probably why he's saying what he's saying because Dinus would go out of his way to promote for black women to come over here. Not saying that this is the only way, but rather you
Guess who
complaining.
has the most disposable cash and willing to spend it? Black women. That's where your
Mm-hmm.
money is.
Yep.
He's pro-black. I know the game, man. I know the game. Okay, so I'm not mad at him. Okay, I
Oh,
know
but
the
Dinus
game.
doesn't get jobs threatening to need on. He don't
No,
go
no,
in.
he does. He does. Well, the thing is, it's gotten so bad. O'Shea did the same thing about Gambia, right? About this kind of stuff, right? It's the exact same thing because they're tired.
BJ, are you talking?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think he dropped off.
he got baptized. They said, "Fuck it." Can you hear me?
I can hear
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Oh
Well, my
no,
bad.
we can hear you now,
Okay, we
BJ.
hear you now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like
All
you
right.
got baptized. One nice thing I'm gonna say about Dinus is one time. Well, not one nice thing, but I unloaded on Dinus one time. Like
Okay.
literally, like I got him on the phone. It was me and I'll say it is long. It's Sub Zero, and he had called Dinus, and I basically gave him like the list. I agree with like 90% of you said, but that 10%, I basically
Okay.
told if y'all hear how I be popping off on SWP, it was kind of like that on the phone. And even after that was like literally like 15 minutes, like where I was talking straight. So normal for me. And then I forget what you
hell,
said.
hell,
But
SWP done changed, man. Passport Pro changed SWP's
But
outlook.
it wasn't even about Pastor. It was the other stuff too. But it really threw me off how he responded, because he didn't respond like okay, like he didn't acknowledge what I said, but he responded as if that did not phase him at all. What I said, like most of the motherfuckers be like, "Y'all, you bitch ass," because I wasn't going in like saying nothing personal, but I just remember I said, yeah, I kind of said a lot of stuff as far as I disagree with this, and he even answered some of the stuff. I was like, God damn, like you really just responded like that shit didn't phase you. I wasn't trying to piss him off, but I was like impressed about how I literally emptied a couple of clips on him, and it was like this motherfucker's like Thanos a little bit. Like this nigga really didn't move. Like he didn't act like he was bothered, because you know, if anything, it's the long-windedness. This is gonna activate the nigga shut the fuck up trap card, you know, and a dude in any black man, which I get it when people say it.
Hey, Ed, guess who's in the back?
Who?
You know who?
Oh,
Her.
I told you. So you do that, you know. This ain't on the response center. I told
No.
Beetlejuice.
she can't come into the chat because she's blocked from she's hidden from the chat.
So you already know. But like I said, yeah, I was impressed by that, because I was like, God damn.
I ain't no hate family.
BDS?
Ain't no hate family, baby. You basically burnt your bridges, okay?
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't even know why you here.
BDS, sir?
Yes, sir.
What does it say on the man's t-shirt? Ifa and Voodoo and what?
Ifa and Voodoo. I don't know. We'll play it and see if he reveals it. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. No white women that go to Africa, they chill. They get their little rental roster.
That's it.
They get their little rental roster, and they chill out. That's what they do.
Ifa and Voodoo and what?
They ain't calling. And listen, it ain't perfect. Africa's not perfect, but they're not calling out every little thing and putting it on camera and then uploading it to YouTube. When I see white women over there, they're not embarrassing everybody. Like, damn. Now, I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I'm not saying it has happened.
They not putting it on YouTube.
But they don't understand, man. In Africa, man, respect is very like
it's equivalent to you invite me to your house.
Yeah. See, here we go.
And you say, Dinus, you gotta take off your shoes before you enter.
There we go.
And I tell you, I ain't gotta take off my shoes. I'm gonna leave my shoes on. That's not how I do it at my house. This is how we do it at my house. We keep our shoes on.
Well, it doesn't work like that.
I sit there and argue with you about it. And this is what's going on. We're going to these people's country. Hold on, my bad. Hold on one second. I call that.
Nah, black men know not to do.
We go to these people's country and we expect them to conform to us. And at the very minimum, if we expect them to conform to us, at least have something in exchange to give them a value. And I'm not saying it has to be necessarily money, but it needs to be a win-win. Here we go.
I agree.
It needs to be a win-win.
I've been saying that forever, right? To both sides, right? If you want us to bring our money and our time and our greenbacks to you, got to give us something back, right? And vice versa, okay? Which is a win-win. Should never be a one-sided thing, right?
Yeah,
you can't come to somebody's house and not bring something, okay? That's what I believe.
But what they finding is black men are far more reasonable on that aspect, because you know, with black men, we just not gonna go. We don't like what
we the most reasonable creatures on the planet. Okay, too reasonable.
And shout out to Toya, because she can agree with me when I said this. And she quotes it all the time when I said black men need to have some unmitigated gall. They need to have some audacity. That what actually fucking offend you? That you would tell a motherfucker, get the fuck out of my house. And that's the problem I see in the majority of black men. A lot of you know what, Charles? I'm gonna sip. Okay, I'm not gonna sip yet. Most of you niggas have never thrown a chick out of your fucking house.
You know what? I had to train myself not to throw them out of my motherfucking car. Okay. I gotta train myself. Yeah, that's it. Chill out. Let me take you back home. I don't want to drop you off where you're gonna get hurt. Put up with all that shit. Now, you all in front of your door. Get the fuck out of my car.
You know what's a funny thing? I've asked black men, and a lot of these niggas, especially in the comment section, act like they can't answer the question. What does a black woman have to do for you not to forgive her?
Jess says I've been thrown out before. See, I believe that, Jess. Why do
Oh.
I believe that?
There's no secret there.
Why do I believe that, Jess? I've dated chicks like you, Jess. That's how I know. I know that
I
mouth.
wonder why.
I wonder why. Okay.
I've said it, and I've said a lot of black men would get some respect if you throw a bitch out your house. What is your, instead of saying what is your ceiling, what is your fucking floor? What won't you take?
Oh, shit. They know to take off their shoes when they come to my apartment, man. They already know. I don't have to say anything. As soon as the door opens, they see. Where do I put my shoes?
Let me put it.
I had this nerve. I remember a situation like that.
You African, I can't take you nowhere. I can't take you nowhere, man. What is it with you, man? I can't take you nowhere.
BTS. I'm gonna say something.
One time.
I'm gonna say this.
Oh, and here go O'Shea in the chat. Now that I think about it, he in the chat on Dynasty shit. Talk about they will learn. O'Shea be
O'Shea is the biggest flip flopper I've ever seen.
OJ's an undercover simp, man. He don't want to admit it.
Yeah, he's
undercover simp and a trick. Okay, but he knows. He knows it. Okay, I'm not saying something you don't already know.
I've been known to be kind enough to let a chick wash her clothes at my house. She say one slick shit, I will grab them.
Check the back chat, man. Check the back chat with Jess, man. You are who I thought you were, Jess. Okay.
Yeah.
But we're not gonna let you off the hook.
You are who you like the not the green. What is it? The Bears.
No, Cardinals.
No, was it
instead of Goldilocks?
It was the Cardinals.
It was Cardinals.
Instead of
Goldilocks,
dreadlocks. But Salji, I've been known to throw soapy clothes out the washing machine and hand it to a bitch and tell her get the fuck out of my house. As a matter of fact, bitch, take off my goddamn sweatshirt. You walk to your car and your bras and panties.
Dang.
Man,
and the worst part, Salji, ask the Padawan and ask my son. I called another chick there, and she arrived faster than the Domino's pizza.
Oh, my turn.
You know what's funny?
My turn.
Are you finished with him? Can I have him now?
Yeah, but shout out to Dynas, checking them chicks. You always try to get us to go over there and do it for him so he can sit back and be the good guy, because he didn't let me flame the motherfuckers a couple of times. And I was like, why you letting me talk? Like, oh, that's what it is. You just want us to come over here like once every 90 days to let them know.
Hold on a second. Let me take care of something real quick. Okay. I'm trying to be nice to somebody already got him. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So I hate to say it, there's a lot of Hotep Simps in Sacramento. Yeah.
They're everywhere, man. They're not just Sacramento. DC's full of them. Okay.
Grand Rising.
If one more person correct me, I say, "Yo, good morning." We say Grand Rising here. I'm like, man, fuck you, nigga.
DC in Baltimore, man. Grand Rising, nigga. You gonna be Grand Burying if you don't fucking take my good morning.
Anyway.
Especially when a white chick. It was a white chick that did that first. Oh, we say good morning in the I said, yo. We say Grand Rising. I'm like, look, it is Monday. It is morning, as in from the weekend to today. I don't think you're a team player.
for getting rid of him, and some people don't learn.
But shout out Jesse was just in my Telegram commenting on Club Shay Shay with the 59 million views on that one interview. I need to check out that Johnny Manziel interview with him.
I mean, he does a good job, and he lightning in the bottle. So
now all of a sudden he's gay. That's how these niggas always attack.
They're gonna call him.
That was Corey Holcomb. Call
him Kitten Hills. Okay.
Well, Corey Holcomb always calling niggas gay. So that's kind of his thing. So I kind of give him a pass on it. But when you got I forget, Steven Jackson and them. I'm like, come on, man, we can't do this.
Have you ever noticed this?
Nobody ever says it to his face.
Oh hell no, because the only person that I think might be able to fight him, well, not only person, maybe Ray Lewis.
Ray Lewis.
Kind of know how he gets down.
That's
and
about it.
I think Ray Lewis is crazy. That's the difference.
But Ray Lewis wouldn't say shit like that about him.
Exactly.
Oh no.
Ray Lewis, that's Ray Lewis's boy.
Boy, yeah.
Yep.
That's his boy, so he would never disrespect him.
No.
Well, I'm talking about for any other reason. It's just Ray Lewis got that crazy factor that might kind of put him over the top.
They got to be careful about saying shit like that because trust and believe you guys are actually on stage, okay?
Yes.
Some people don't care.
Yeah, and I'm like, Steven, you got like 7 baby mamas and you upset because you was getting gold dug out. Like I'm happy. I like Steven as an NBA player. I like what he did in the league. I got, but
you talking about Steven Jackson?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not trying to compare him like the best of the best, but he always,
You got to realize something.
But
a lot of these athletes who I meet are not small people. Motherfucking Shannon Sharp looked like he could still play.
Yeah.
What
is he, 6'4"?
But the thing about Shannon Sharp, he got that southern
240, 230.
Yeah.
Cut like
all muscle, yeah.
He got that old man strength, like what they call it, the old man strength.
On steroids.
Dude, when the Ravens won their first Super Bowl, him and fucking Ray Lewis were on the radio station 92.2. They said we're gonna start at 300 pounds.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to fight a motherfucker who starts their warm up at, even though I start my warm up at 300? Do you want to fight a motherfucker who starts their warm up for bench for 300 pounds?
No, I don't care if it starts at 2.
Especially when you think of football versus basketball players too, because football are typically going to take out basketball players.
But he has, but he has that country strength though. He's a different animal.
He's got that old nigga multiplier, that country strength multiplier.
Yeah,
and I mean the dirty South multiplier.
You got to remember, he's considered small for tight end.
Yeah,
and he's a 3-time Super Bowl champion and a Hall of Famer.
Yeah,
and he's considered small for his.
And he ain't Kelsey. Kelsey's 6'5".
And here's the thing that annoys me the most about that is, like, Shannon Sharp is a nice guy fundamentally. Yeah. Like when you look at like what he did with Chad Ochocinco, even how he told Chad Ochocinco he don't got Hall of Fame numbers. The way he said it, I mean, he broke it down to him, but he said it in a way that didn't fuck that friendship up. But he told him, what was he did this thing with Kai Cenat, which, any of y'all don't know, that's like, he's a really, really big streamer. Even Nicki Minaj was like on his stream maybe a month ago in order to launch stuff. Yeah, so basically he said on First Take that Kai was like, and obviously I'm a short dude, so this got in my ear. But he was like, yeah, when he stand up, he like 1'5", and Kai saw that shit, and Kai started flipping the fuck out. But I gotta give Kai the credit on how he handled it, because he didn't flip out on some fuck you nigga, I'll kill you nigga. He was like, no man, I gotta see him. So he had a good showmanship about it, and then he ended up pulling up, calling him on a live, and Shannon Sharp brought him up, and they had a conversation, and he said, yo, I'm gonna be the coach of the team next year of the celebrity game. So how many minutes? How many minutes? How many points you want? And he said, don't give me no bullshit number. Like, don't give me no number. Something you can really. He said 12. God, like 8. All right, I'll give you 22 minutes to get 8. It's good. It was the way it ended. It was good. Versus, how niggas, love to do it on YouTube, but they do the most with it. But yeah, he did call him out. That shit was funny as fuck. Like he 1.5 when he stand up. They said that all.
That's when they like you. When they say shit like that, that means they like you.
Kai heard that shit, and Kai slammed his fist. Oh, this shit was so funny. He was like, I didn't say that.
He's not asking, but that means they like you.
Okay? Yeah. By the way, did anybody notice how Ed just put like Super Saiyan multipliers on people from the South?
Look, man, I'm from Chicago, so I'm not. I don't give a fuck. Yeah. I don't have regional. Technically, I don't have regional loyalty in that way, but but yeah, he does. He does have those multipliers, though. I mean, there's other niggas got multipliers too. Like they got they're gonna shoot you multiplier.
No, it's like I remember when I first came to BGS's platform. all these niggas wanted to fight me.
No,
Like, come on.
Over the internet they did.
Over the internet, they just like, yeah, I'm 6'4", I'm a gorilla, I'm this. I'm like,
Yeah.
I just want them. I'm known for chopping down trees.
Yeah.
Call me
Oh,
fucking Paul Bunyan.
Over the
even
internet they want to fight you.
Yeah,
I mean,
violence is a whole different animal.
Yeah, Chris Brown got that crazy, that wingspan and crazy multiplier. Oh, he got that light skin and Chris Brown has that crazy multiplier, and he's got wingspan.
Chris Brown got common sense too.
Yeah.
I remember.
Oh yeah.
Don't get it twisted. Chris
That's why
Brown
he smacked Usher.
It was funny because it was
because Usher's like 5'7".
Yeah.
It's like you gotta remember. It was funny because my boy Brett, he told the Padawags, he's like, yeah, you probably like, what was Coach like working? And then my boy Mike and Josh, he was like, he's crazy. He's calm that you know of, but that's the motherfucker you don't want to talk shit to because he's the motherfucker who'll take off his gun belt. Like, no, you want to fight? No, take the shit off. No, let's go. He's like, no, what you doing? I'm giving what you want. You wanted to fight, right? Like, I'm God, motherfucker. I'm God.
I was wait, Charles. Hold on a second. If you go on God, hold on. You got the saber. Let me go get a sword or something. Hang on. You expect me to fence you with a kitchen knife?
Defend
Come
yourself.
on.
Like people.
Oh, you tell me to go get a machete or something, nigga.
It's so bad.
What I do?
My sergeant, when we went to go grab a guy with a warrant in the house, and he saw the throat literally hit the guy with like 4 different throws, like a belly to belly, shoulder throw, hip toss. What was the other one? A headlock throw.
5-minute carry.
And he was like, dude, he said, I could tell you were holding back. I said, greatly. I said, if I wanted to, I would have. I told him, I said, pick a body part, and I can tell you 3 ways how to break it. I said, like, and it's like, and I don't think I'm the baddest motherfucker around. I've been around some bad motherfuckers. I've been around Navy SEALs who are like 5'5". Yeah, they're small guys, but goddamn, they will kill you in a second.
Crazy little motherfuckers, aren't they?
Crazy, insane motherfuckers.
The Delta Force is just out of their minds. Just as much out of their minds.
God rest my uncle Jesse Del Rio. He was with the 75th Ranger Battalion.
Mm-hmm.
That motherfucker was 6'3", 270.
Oh wow.
I've been like, I had the privilege and sometimes the honor and sometimes the mortal fear to be around people who will disconnect you like a Lego set with their bare hands. And there ain't shit you can do. And I told these young cats, stop talking shit to these people. You don't know what the fuck a person's background is. BGS's generation, they live and die by their hands. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, folks. Anyway,
I remember someone told me something about, like, when you are in Mongolia, for example, if you bump into a Mongolian, you're supposed to look at that person right in the eye, and then you have to extend your hand out to shake his hand.
To apologize. Yeah. Anyway.
Not just to apologize, but that person has to accept your hand and apologize. Say, "Oh, no hard feelings."
Okay.
Otherwise, it could be a problem. Otherwise.
All right, folks.
All right,
good evening. Your time now is 10:52. I'm Jeanette Reyes. We told you at 7:52. I don't want to hold you. We told you at 8:52. Don't let me keep you. This just into our newsroom. You are not obligated to go to your place of residence as your final destination, but it certainly cannot be here.
All right, folks. It's what, almost 3.5 hours. Okay.
Yeah, she got a great TikTok channel. It's funny with her and her husband, how they got.
How they get together. Yeah, she a lot of good sound bites from it too.
She said when people see her, they get so disappointed because she's a lot smaller than what they would envision. Because I mean, she's like 5'4", 5'5", but because her voice, they just think she'd be bigger than that. And that's anyway. But anyway, shout out. Right. She is with a brother.
Yeah. All right, folks. Closing thoughts. So let's get out of here.
I just want to say, y'all ain't shit.
What you doing up anyway, Ed?
Huh?
What you doing up, man?
I mean, I'm working on web pages and shit.
Okay.
That's like I need to get. It's a lot of stuff I need to get closed out on and kind of build the momentum for.
Okay.
But yeah, long live Black Male Media. That's what I'll say in the mouth.
All right. Who's next?
I just want to say, y'all ain't shit, and God bless y'all for it.
All right. I think I get
What in the
everybody.
vaping grinder?
What in all types of blue hell?
You gotta meet Chris Bass, BGS. Seriously.
All right. What he's not on that much anymore, is he?
On Fridays he's around, but he has his own show on Saturdays.
Okay.
But it's at 5 a.m. your side. So yeah. Good night, Dr. Marifa, or should I say good afternoon, sir?
Yeah, good evening to you too. And
well, actually, in my case, it's good morning. It's 8:40 over here.
Well, have a good day then.
Likewise.
Cheers. Thank you again, BGS, for the show. It was quite interesting, and it's always a pleasure.
All right, don't be a stranger, man. Don't be a
Sure.
stranger. Come back and imbue some of this wisdom on us, okay? What did you get your doctorate in, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, no problem. So my doctorate is in law.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Yes. And I do sort of I design treaties, policies, negotiations, and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, you one of them people. You know what I mean? You one of them people. Okay?
We're behind the wall. Yes.
Yeah, international law, huh?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I'll try to join your. I'll join your Patreon.
Okay.
And then I'm sure we'll connect somewhere at the back there.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say, as soon as you say, okay, you one of them people. Okay, I get it. Appreciate
what I can say is that a lot of the stuff you talk about, you're right. Some of this stuff is not meant for everybody, and I can understand why. Because if some of this stuff was publicly known and understood, I think it would destabilize a lot of things. So
yeah, that's why I have to be careful about what I actually make public. That's why I created Behind the Wall, because it actually cuts down the number of people that will actually view this kind of stuff. Because
absolutely,
they get kind of nervous, like, oh, he's getting too popular and it's not ready to be revealed and blah blah blah. So I have to be kind of careful about what I put out, because I know, especially right now, because everything is so up in the air, and one little comment here or there can actually sway a whole bunch of stuff, because everything is tenuous right now.
Yes, there's a lot of change, and
it's the end game. The two equal powers fighting for supremacy. So it's a balance. It's like a very balanced teeter-totter right now. So any weight one way or the other can actually shift things. So you have to be careful about what you say.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, you know that more than I do.
Yeah. No, we share. We learn from you. I learn from you too. Trust me. And there's a whole bunch of other people. One of them people who also.
Yes. I'm honored though. Okay, and when you say, okay, you one of those people. Okay.
So. Thank you so much, and the work that you do with Tia-san and Neil and Gigi, that's some really big stuff.
Oh, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. That's
absolutely.
High praise. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right.
I'm
gonna let Dusty take us out. Yeah, see, come here, Dusty.